there's sometimes places where you can't see that far away, and it is one of the biggest challenges.
The competition time is 9:15. The next starters are Isak von Krusenstjerna from Sweden, and in the ladies class Chloe Potter from Great Britain.
Tomorrow finals, the courses will be slightly different. We won't tell too much about that, but can you say something about tomorrow?
Well, what would I say without giving away too much, but you need to be really all-around orienteer if you want to succeed there.
Thanks, Mika. Let's see how it goes.
And Mika here said that you have to be very careful out in the forest. Let's hope the next starters also are that. In the men's class we have Olli Ojanaho from Finland starting now at 9:16, and in the ladies class it's Australia's Caroline Pidger.
Minkälainen ero on tuo jatkoon pääsy mahdollisuudet? Itse kävin teille kiertämässä yhden noista karsintaradoista. Olisitko itse päässyt jatkoon?
No, mulla meni 32 minuuttia poikien karsinta ykköseen ja aika tiukkaa tekisi ihan aika 23 minuuttia. Jani Lakanen kävi aamulla juoksemassa yhden karsintaradan ja hän arvioi, että ei tuohon 23 minuuttiin kyllä kukaan pääse, kun kärkinimeen ei tarvi aivan täysillä puskea. Hänen arvionsa oli jopa 26-27 voittajaksi, mutta ratamestari oli sitä mieltä, että kyllä se vähän kovempaa menee. Mutta voi olla, että 2.5 ajalla ollaan jo lähellä kärkeä ja ehkä 3-5 minuuttia pojassa voi jäädä tytöt ehkä hieman enemmän. 20 parasta siis per ryhmä finaaliin.
The next starters in the ladies competition, Teele Telgma from Estonia, and in the men's competition, Toby Wilson from Australia. And as Tero here said, the winning time ought to be around 23, 24, 25 minutes today to be in the finals within the 20 best. In the ladies competition, you should run around 32 minutes. Let's see how well that ends up in the end. And in the men's competition, you should finish within some 28-29 minutes to be in the finals.
Tässä on käyty Teron kanssa, tai Tero on kertonut näistä kenties suurimmista suunnitelmaista heidän odotuksistaan tämän päivän kisaan. Ketä muita on, Tero, vielä sellaisia, joita voidaan odottaa mitalitaisteluun?
Viime viikolla tosiaan noin nuorten EM-kilpailut ja siellä pistetaulukossa paras maa yllättäen oli Unkari. Osin ehkä, tai suurelta osin 16 pisteillä, mutta 18 sarjassakin kovia suunnistajia tulee myös Unkarista. Ja sitten Slovakiassa juostiin kisat, siellä yksi suosikeista Jakub Dekret otti kultaa sprintissä pitkällä matkalla pronssia ja oli ensimmäinen lähtijä nyt kakkosryhmässä, eli häntä ainakin voidaan odotella hyvää panosta.
And one more of the favorites of the today's race is now starting in the men's qualification 3, Joey Hardon from Switzerland, together also at 9:18 Caroline Sandebo from the United States.
Ja kokonaisuudessaan myös tuo Itävallan joukkue vaikuttaa varsin hyvältä, että heillä on menestyjä tuolta nuorten EM-kisoissa, on myöskin JWOC-menestystä aiemmilta vuosilta ja ovat täällä myös ahkerasti leireilleen.
The next starters at 9:19 from Poland, Piotr Zentza, and in the ladies competition, Adela Maria Galatenau from Romania. next starters in the men's qualification 2 at 9:20 was Nick Smith from New Zealand, and now at 9:21 in the men's qualification it's Dominikas Dulius from Lithuania, and in the ladies competition at 9:20 started Lou Lenoble from France, and in the qualification 3 for the women at 9:21 now Ines Oso Prada from Spain.
Kerroit Tero, että et aivan eilisessä juoksussa saavuttanut ratamestari Arvolan haaveilemaa ihanneaikaa. Oliko se ero tuohon ihanneaikaan sulla jalalla vai oliko siellä myöskin hankaluuksia löytää rastiin?
No kyllä se ihan fyysisesti tuli. Ja tosin myöskin siitä, että tämän ikäisellä alkaa olemaan näön kanssa haasteita ja nuo suunnistuslasit matkasta. Joten se hidasti hommaa, mutta ei siellä nyt isompia koukkuja tullut. Varsin sanoisinko simppeliä tai selkeää suunnistusta tuo karsinta on. Mutta kun maasto on suurelta osin peitteinen ja pohja sellainen, että juokseminen on hankalaa, niin kyllä siellä virheitäkin pystyy tekemään, jos tuohon hitaaseen etenemiseen turhautuu.
At 9:22 started from Hong Kong Chu Yao Man, and now at 9:23 starts Pierre Herblanc from France. At 9:22 started in the ladies competition from Japan Yuka Kawamura, and starting at 9:23 is Suzu Mazusawa from Japan.
First runners have now been 22 minutes on the way. Jesper Svensk of Sweden, men group 1, and women group 1, Hanga Surami of Hungary. So it shouldn't be long before first runners are approaching finish.
But we have yet not seen any times from the forest either. We are waiting the first times also for the first runners from the forest, and of course the first runners here at the finish in just a moment. Now at 9:24 are starting from the Czech Republic Klara Novotná, and in the men's competition Herman Ruen Martinsen from Norway.
Tomorrow I plan to do the same, just maybe change gear to thick and try and be as clean as I was today, if not cleaner.
Great. Good luck for tomorrow.
Cheers.
Ja näin saadaan seuraavia suunnistajia maaliin. Maaliin tuli Ruotsin Jesper Svensk karsinta ykkösessä aika 28.10 ja hänen perässään Ranskan Flori Roux aika 25.13. Nämä kaksi miestä samassa karsintaryhmässä.
And also finishing here from Russia, Anna Dvoryanskaya, and she's the first lady finishing here, and she follows then Fleury Roux and Jesper Svensk. They are first and second in the men's qualification one. In the ladies, Anna Dvoryanskaya finishing in 26.33, and the next runner finishing with number 401 is Hanga Suromi.
Saatiin kaksi naista maaliin. Anna Dvoryanska Venäjältä karsinta kolmosessa aika 26.33 ja hänen perässään Unkarin Hanna Suromi aika 28.44.
The next starters at 9.29 was Mark Porgani from Hungary, and in qualification 3, Richard Gremmel from Austria. The next ladies that started was Vanda Vekoni from Hungary, and in ladies qualification 3, starting now at 9:30 is Nicole Whitmore, Canada.
Ottajaerolla 9 yli.
Lotahan pitäisi tulla, se on ollut nyt 23 minuuttia maastossa. Ne piti mennä 23.
Niin ne sanoo.
Hanga Suromi, or how do you pronounce your name?
Surami.
Suremi, quite good. From Hungary. 29 minutes something. How was your run today?
Not so bad, but not the best.
You were running European Youth Championships also, was it right?
No.
Last year, okay.
Yeah, this year, but...
Okay, do you think this will be enough for final?
I don't know.
Okay, we will see. Thanks, good luck for tomorrow.
No, kuuluuko siellä nyt jotain?
Täällä mittarit näyttää nollaa ja periaatteessa...
And the next starters at 9:31, Cascales Pablo Fernandez, or Pablo Fernandez Cascales from Spain, and in the second qualification group for the Maria Dermenzieva from Bulgaria, and now at 9:32, starting Anna Kopecka from Czech Republic.
Jakub Dekret Slovakiasta on käynyt viimeisellä rastilla tulossa kohti maalia. Hän on miesten karsintalohko kakkosen ensimmäinen maaliin tulija ja aika tuolla viimeisellä rastilla oli 30.01.
So the first finisher in the men's second qualification group here, Jakub Dekret, finishing in a time of 30:38.
Jakub Dekretin aika tänään 30.38.
Jakob Dekret, congratulations for European Youth Orienteering Championships victory in sprint, was it right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and third place in long, but today you had some difficulties.
Yeah, I made big mistake on first control. Yeah, and I think this turn isn't for me. But yeah, yesterday it was my first map training in Finland, so it was difficult. But after my mistake, I started more concentrate on the map, and yeah, I think afterwards it was better.
Okay, thank you, and we will see how far this goes, and good luck for the rest of the week.
Loppuviitoituksella Uuden-Seelannin Callum Harris.
And Callum here finishing in the men's qualification 3 in a time of 27:52 in that class.
Hey, let's try out. Cannot hear myself, but I hope you guys do. Welcome to join us in Tampere, the Junior World Orienteering Championships. Today is the middle distance qualification, and the games have been on already 35 minutes. We have had some technical problems, sorry for that. I guess you have probably seen some pictures already. I've been busy with these technical issues, so I'm a bit lost of the situation right now. But you see, with you today, my name is Severi Kymäläinen and my partner Antti Harju will join me in approximately 1 hour. I guess he's busy this morning, but he will come here later. Antti will also be here with me tomorrow. But then throughout the week we will be having different guests with me here. And today, as I said, today is the time for the middle distance qualification race, and there are altogether 3 heats per category. 3 in men and 3 in women. The 20 best runners will progress into the A finals. The places 21 to 40 will go to the B finals, and the rest to the C finals. The finals will be tomorrow in the same place here on the field. And now we have an interview of the lot.
Valintoja koko ajan. Ei tullut mitään isoja virheitä, että jotain pieniä koukkuja, mutta mä silloin menin aika rauhassa, että ei jäänyt kyllä kaikki radalle.
Ja huomenna sitten?
Joo, huomenna kisataan sitten kunnolla. Tää oli hyvä tämmönen reeni ja oli kyllä kiva.
Kiitos.
There Lotta just said that she was happy with her race, doing some minor mistakes here and there. I think she's expecting to be racing tomorrow in the A final and was really looking forward for tomorrow. Said that this was a good warm up for tomorrow. Let's see, I think one of the biggest favorites in the men's category, Olli Ojanaho, I think he started really early, 9:16 in the men qualification heat 1. And he's about to finish right now. Actually, if my eyes don't lie, I see him on the last control and he's chilling out. He has only spent 22 minutes, so it's incredibly fast time so far and will make a clear lead now. There Olli is coming to finish. He knows that he is securely going to secure his place in the final for tomorrow, and he's for sure one of the really big stars of this Junior World Orienteering Championships. And I guess most people are expecting him to win the middle distance tomorrow. 21:18 at the time for Olli Ojanaho, which is incredibly fast. The course setters were expecting the winners to be in the finish with 23 minutes and some. And actually, Jani Lakanen, the course setter of the long distance, told that they have no chance to make it in 23. So this is incredible time by Olli, and there we have an interview of him.
Onnistus sujui varsin hyvin, että tiesi, että ei ole mitään hätää, että otin sillä aika rauhassa.
Mitä radasta sanot?
No oli tosi hyvä rata, että sillä oli paljon erilaisia maastoja ja piti sopeutua niin. Ja oli kyllä ihan riittävän vaativa, ehdottomasti karsintaankin.
Shortly in English for tomorrow. This was a good preparation. You did a stable run. What kind of expectations for tomorrow's race?
It'll be quite tricky race, I expect. Yeah, there will be some green areas as well as some faster areas, I guess. And yeah, one has to be able to change the rhythm in his orienteering. And yeah, it'll be tricky and very demanding race, I think.
Thanks and good luck for tomorrow. Now cool down.
There was Olli telling that he was taking it easy, and this taking easy might take him to the victory today. but he's strong and he knows it himself. Now there is a Swede coming into the finish. Isak von Krusenstjerna started 1 minute before Olli Ojanaho, but still having a good time of 25 minutes right now. He's in a different heat than Ojanaho. Krusenstjerna on his last meters now, going to cross the finish line in a short while right there. And taking it really easy on the running, so I guess he had a good run and he knows he's securely to the final for tomorrow. Of course, it's very difficult to know right now. There are still, I would say, dozens of runners starting in each category still, so it's impossible to tell where the cut-off time will be. But he seemed to be confident about his chances.
And the next finisher, Sandrine Defreni from Belgium, running from the last control.
The Belgium girl, Sandrine Defreni, on the run-in right now. The 18-year-old girl from Belgium was running the European champs in youth European champs this year also. Finishing there.
We have Sandrine Defreni in finishing, and her time 36 minutes.
36 minutes. And I took a brief look on the courses for today. The women's course. There is Joey Hardon, the king of JWOC last summer, finishing right there. Guess we will get an interview of Joey shortly. He's an interesting person to interview, so we are expecting to have an interview real soon. I guess there we have.
Sveitsin Joey Hardon meni kärkeen miesten karsinta kolmosessa aika 23.15.
Joey Hardon, you were studying map very carefully. You went to the first place, but did you have some problems?
Yeah, I actually have two little problems, two little mistakes. One, I'm in the wrong control, and then one, I'm heading down right next to the control, so I don't see him. I think 2 times, like 30 seconds, but the rest was always clear and really fine to orienteer in this terrain.
How do you feel about the terrain and the runnability here?
Yeah, it's nice, but always tough when the fallen trees are down, so you have a lot of struggle. But the visibility is quite clear in the open area, so I like it.
I think this will definitely be enough for tomorrow. What kind of expectations you have for the final? You have 3 gold medals to defend.
Yeah, I know it, but it wouldn't be possible. It's another terrain, and there are other strong runners. Now their home terrain, so I hope for a diploma and can catch some Scandinavian boy up.
Thanks. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks.
Finishing here with 5:01. Diefenböck from Austria finishing in 41:14.
As Joe said, he had slight problems out there, but I think this run will be easily enough for the final for tomorrow. And he looked confident about it, and somehow also realistic about his chances. As he said a few weeks ago already, that it's almost impossible to repeat what he did last year in home crowd in Switzerland. But of course he's really strong and he's better than last year, but the terrains maybe doesn't suit him as well as they did last year. He was he's not that experienced out here in Finland. Even though he's been on a few training camps here. Actually, he took part to the Finnish selection races like for 1 month ago, which were held really close to what they are going to experience here in these middle distance and long distance terrains. And this picture from the start, we see there Australian guy Joseph Dickinson starting there. Joseph is in his first JWOC. No experience on international races before. Let's see how Joseph will handle the situation now. First time in JWOC in the World Champs. Gonna be an interesting day for him, I guess. And next in the start is Libor Cernocki from Czech Republic. Together with Zlata Malisheva from Russia. And the starting system is like there are, as I said, three heats in each category, and they are starting one heat at a time. So in one heat the starting interval will be 3 minutes, which I consider it a good thing. There is a big gaps between like inside the same heat, and it means you have to do your own work to be able to come out there well. Of course, the gaps to the cutoff time will be slightly more than 3 minutes, so there is the slight chance that if you have one of the really fastest guys in your heat starting after you, and you follow him, her to the finish, so you might make it. But still, I think this 3 minute starting interval is a really good thing for this middle distance qualification today. And there we have the Canadian David Packer starting. Together with Alice Rigby from Great Britain. David is also a first timer in JWOC. Never been before. He's 18-year-old. He still has two years left in the juniors, and gonna be interesting for him today, I guess. And he still has time to gather some experience from these international races. We are having slight problems with I'm having slight problems with the pictures right now here, so being a bit confused. I'm totally relying on this this stream.
Right now in the ladies,
so having to work with the stream here currently. Sorry for the inconsistent speaking service, but here we see a GPS tracking from Isak von Krusenstjerna and Anu. Maybe Wilma von Krusenstjerna, of course, because it's a women's category with Anu Tuomisto. It seems like it's synced, so we see that Wilma has had slight problems at the 7th control in there on the hillside. That's a difficult control out there. But heading now towards 8th control, and I took a brief look on the courses here, and the beginning is the most difficult part until to the 7th control, and after that it turns to slightly easier. It's a transport legs towards the finish.
Is by this leading men's qualification 2. His finishing time 28:52.
Miesten 22 kärkeen
seems like we got a new leader in the men's qualification 2 from New Zealand, Nick Smith, taking the lead.
Hermann Martinsen Norjasta miesten 23 neljänneksi, vaikka 25,6 eroa kärkeen 1:51.
And finishing here, Hele Helgama from Estonia.
And now we have an interview from Nick Smith.
In women's qualification 2, and Caroline Pidger from Australia in qualification 1.
Okay, Nick Smith of New Zealand. Currently first place in group 2, but I think you had some difficulties.
Yes, I had some wobbles at the start, and then it got a little bit better towards the end in the open running parts, but I was a little bit disappointed in how I did.
Do you think this will be enough for the final?
I really hope so. I haven't qualified before, so it'd be really nice if I made a final in my last year, but I really don't know.
Have you been training in these terrains here in Teisko, Tampere?
The New Zealand team has been here for a week beforehand for a training camp, and that was really valuable. It's quite different to New Zealand, so it's a lot to get used to.
Okay, thanks, and we'll see how it goes.
Thank you.
Viron
The Estonian Teele Telkma takes the lead in the women's heat. She was pushing really hard to the finish. We saw her lying down in the ground for a while. She really gave her all to the for the A final place. At least now it looks good for her. And now, according to the Finnish supporters, there's Anu Tuomisto heading towards the finish, punching the last control right there. She's about to take the lead in the heat 1 in the women's category. And based on the GPS tracking, she was navigating very well, and it seems like she's taking it a bit easier right now on the run-in. She knows she has done really well, and she's been one of the fastest Finnish girls this spring. Actually, she has challenged even the adults in the races during this spring. She placed a few times in top 10 in some big national races this spring among the very best Finnish women. 23:50 and takes the clear lead in the women's category heat 1.
23:50.
And we are going to have an interview with Anu Tuomisto really shortly.
Viime viikolla nuorten EM-kisoissa saa kultaa ja hopeaa. Miten tämän päivän juoksu? Ihan rennolta näytti askel maalin tullessa.
Joo, no yritin semmoista, että suunnistus pysyisi kasassa. Tein mä semmosia pieniä muutama, mutta uskalsin sitten pysähtyä ja katsoa, missä olin. Ihan ok.
Miltä tuo maasto tuntui?
No, kyllähän suunta sai olla ihan hyvin. Aika lailla semmoista, kun on niinku odottanutkin. Hieno maasto, ei siinä mitään.
And quickly in English also, quite stable and good run today. What kind of expectations you have for tomorrow?
I just want to do my own race. I don't care about the others. I just want to orienteer good.
You are not taking any pressure about tomorrow, and
no, it's unnecessary.
Okay, thanks and good luck.
Thanks.
Finishing right now, 2 French runners.
There we have some comments from Anu Tuomisto, who just took the lead. More runners approaching the finish. And now we seem to have some pictures from the start. I think if I see correctly, it's Ami Nyman from Finland starting in the women's category, together with Alexander Safon of Russia in men's heat 3.
Finishing here, and she takes third place right now in the ladies qualification 2.
Ranskan Lullo miesten ja naisten 22. toiseksi, joka 33-36. Ja siellä
The French girl Lou Leloup just finished. And there is a rush hour in the finish.
In her qualification 3, Ines Posoprada, 33.09, 5th place. Adela Maria Galateano.
209, Georg Krell finishing right there.
And also Georg Gröll.
Starting 9:26, so had a bit more than 29 minutes. Will
first place with 28.19.
28:19 it says he takes the first place in one of the heats. And now we get some tracking from the boys category. These are difficult controls from 1 to 4. It's easy to make mistakes there. If you lose the direction, you will lose some time. But we see there that the hard-on Krusenstjerna are doing well. Syrjäläinen a bit behind, but hard-on mentioned in the finish that he did some small wobbles here and there, and might be that he's just there losing some time compared to Isak von Krusenstjerna. But they seem to be clearly ahead of Topi Syrjäläinen right there. Those seem like a really demanding controls out there in the dense forest. It's an old cutted area there, which is maybe 20 years old. Some young trees of 3-4 meters there, which reduce the visibility to very low. And we welcome some pictures from the forest. There we see a British guy. I missed his number, right, so I cannot really tell who he was. And a Hungarian guy following, the Portuguese guy, I think, the third one.
And finishing right now, Zeynep Otzak from Turkey in the women's qualification 2.
I guess these pictures must be from very close to the field where every category or every heat has the same control before the compulsory run through the field. And here we see a big mistake from Isak von Krusenstjerna. Had a bad starting direction from the control, and now he's way out of the line. And it seems like he's losing a lot of time compared to Hard-on. He might have even been like few seconds ahead of Hard-on at the 4th control, but now definitely on the 5th control. If in case Krusenstjerna can turn his direction from there and finds the 5 smoothly, he will be like 20 seconds down of Hard-on. Syrjäläinen doing same kind of mistakes as Krusenstjerna, but slightly better starting direction. But only now I think realizes that he needs to turn a bit more to the left to find back on the line. Basically in these Finnish terrains, it's always fastest to go straight. Follow the red line is the rule of thumb in here. And there where Krusenstjerna and Syrjäläinen lost the line, running off from control number 4 was the mistake on this leg, and therefore they are losing time now compared to Hard-on.
40.00 for Caroline Sandberg.
Caroline Sandberg aika tänään 40.00 ja tällä hetkellä 23. kuudenneksi.
Finishing with 4.09, Jenna Tipswell from New Zealand. In the ladies qualification 1. And in the qualification 1, Anu Tuomisto is still leading.
We have Caroline from USA.
We have an interview from Caroline, USA.
I don't think that's quite enough for a final, but how do you feel about your own run? I feel pretty good about it. This is my first JWOC, so I'm proud of my run because I didn't make a lot of mistakes and it went pretty smoothly.
What kind of experience you have of Finnish terrains from before?
I have the past 2 weeks of training camp here, and that's it.
How's the US team here? What kind of expectations you have for the success here?
There are definitely a few people on my team that I expect to do really well. A couple will get into the A final, I think, and the rest of us are just here to see what happens.
Okay, thanks and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
There we had Caroline Sandbo. As she said, she's a first timer in JWOC and in these international races, but she's only 17-year-old now. She will still have 2 years left in these games. It seems like I got some maps of today here. Thanks a lot. Would you like to give some comments to the international viewers? We have a course setter here from today and from tomorrow as well. Let's hope it works. I'm a bit unfamiliar with these gadgets, but maybe someone comes to tell us if it doesn't work. How did you find the course setting process? Was it easy to set courses in this terrain?
Well, of course there is always some kind of limitation with how you can use different parts in forest and how are the fields and everything with international competition. There is always something to worry about more or less, but it was rather nice and easy process.
Yeah, I think you are rather inexperienced as a course setter, or I don't know. Maybe you have set some national competitions, but this must be a nice experience to be setting world champs courses.
Yeah, it has been really nice so far. The closest competition to international competition is one World Cup qualification competition, but otherwise all my previous competitions have been normal national competitions. So it's something nice and rather new for me.
Is the work somehow done already, or are you stressing a lot about how it will go these days?
Well, I'm pretty relaxed now. Everything seems to be fine, but of course there are still some things to check.
Seems like the cameraman is having troubles finding us, but yeah. So we saw already some mistakes made by Krusenstjerna and Syrjäläinen out there in the difficult first controls. Was it a plan to make a more difficult beginning and then like slightly easier end for the courses today?
Well, it wasn't actually the plan, but as you see the course and how the finish area is located, I think that there really wasn't any other options left, and also the area for last controls, there was some new cutting which wasn't there a year ago.
Okay, that's always causes some troubles. But at least Olli Ojanaho is currently leading one of the heats with an impressive time of 21 and something, and he said that the courses were really interesting, and you got already big thanks from the one of the biggest stars, so yeah, you must be happy.
Yeah, it was. But the time was surprisingly good. I thought that Olli may run faster compared to my estimated times, but like that much, it was a bit surprise for me.
Yeah, I heard Jani was testing the courses this morning, and he was telling that no one will make the 23 minutes, and now Olli beat minutes, so it's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, but thanks for the interview, and I wish you pleasant day from here on.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. the runners will pass the new open area there, but makes no big difference to the courses, so it was no big deal, I guess. And during the interview there were many runners finishing. I'm having troubles following all the heats together.
Finishing here.
We just saw some pictures from a few minutes ago. We saw the pictures from the forest. It's a control more or less in the halfway of the course, slightly after the halfway. We get the splits from there and the pictures also. That's more or less the cut-off between the difficult part and the easy part, if we can make such a share of the course. The difficult beginning of the course ends there, and then the slightly easier end starts from there. Before that point, the different heats will have different kind of profiles of the courses, but from there on, the way back to the competition center from the TV control is more or less the same for every heat.
The time for Katie Peterson, 1:01.25. The time for Jukka Kawamura.
The Spanish Pablo Fernández Cascales finishing there, taking the 8th place with a time of 35 minutes.
And also a good finishing time approaching from the last control, Ole Henneseler from Germany.
Just a small note for the other organizer, that would be really nice to have some live results to myself here also, so that I could keep better track on the runners finishing. I'm now only thing I see is the live stream, so it's slightly difficult to be up to date of the situation right now. Ole Henseler finishing there, placing second in the main heat 2.
Approaching from the last control also.
Henseler was also one of the guys who participated in the Finnish selection races here 1 month ago, and like gaining some experience from the terrains, and I think that was a really wise choice to come here, train for these races, because these are not necessarily. We have an interview with Liisa Envall.
Currently you are third, about 2 minutes behind. Does it mean that you had some mistakes on your course?
Yeah, I did some mistakes in the beginning, and so I thought I needed to push to and run fast in the end. So yeah.
How did you feel about the course and the terrain?
It was fun. It was a lot of running in the end, but in the beginning it was trick orienteering, so it was good.
Okay, thanks and good luck for tomorrow.
And finished here.
That was the interview with Liisa Envall. She actually took the place on the very last moment from Hanna Hugosson, who was not able to participate in here. Liisa Envall was the first reserve for the Swedish women team, and only got the news end of last week that she will step in to replace Hanna Hugosson. Liisa took part to the European Youth Orienteering Champs 1 week ago actually. Yeah, 1 week ago in Slovakia, placing 7th in the long. So she's already experienced runner this summer from the international events. And what I mentioned, this is the pictures from our TV control by the field. This is common control for every heat, every category. All will pass by from here. and it's approximately a bit more than one kilometer from there to the finish.
Did you feel about the course and terrain? Did it match your expectations?
Yeah, it was quite open in some areas, but also quite green. It was challenging, but it was nice.
Okay, thanks and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
David Beck from Canada finishing in 31.
And Timo told that he was that the terrain was as he expected it to be.
28 and 12th place right now.
And he was obviously running really strong because he had time to do some small mistakes out there also, even though losing only 2 minutes to the lead. So he seems strong and ready for the games, I guess. Yeah, and I was just telling you about that it's a middle distance qualification today. 3 heats per category. So altogether 6 heats combined in the women and men categories. 20 best will make it to the A final per heat. Then the places 21 to 40 will make their way to B finals, and the rest are running in C final. And the finals are held tomorrow in the very same place as today. And let's hope the weather is as nice as it is today. It's very perfect weather. Sun is shining. It's warm. Few clouds out there, but it's just perfect the weather today. And Ami Nymalm is approaching the finish. Approaching the finish really soon.
Place number 9 right now at this moment. And Sazu,
her heat is
Suzu Masuzawa from Japan. In the ladies qualification.
The leader in her heat is currently Lotta Eerola, started third in the heat. But Ami Nymalm has now spent 27 minutes in the forest, and if I got it right, maybe taking the 3rd place out there.
Kilpailukeskusta lähestyy myöskin Tanskan Ida Eberu naisten karsinta kakkosessa ja tavoittelee tuossa sarjassa tällä hetkellä kakkostilaa. Ja nyt odotetaan, missä kulkee Ami Nymalm. Ja sieltä tullaan metsän poikki suoraan viimeisen rastille.
And now we can see Ami Nymalm on the last control.
Sarjassa naiset karsinta 3. Aikaa kulunut tähän mennessä 26.58.
Heading to the 3rd place currently in her heat. The heat 3, I guess. It's lead by Lotta Eerola currently. It seems like Ami is taking it easy on the run-in. She trusts that this is enough for the A final tomorrow, and in that case, if you know that it's a final place for sure, then you can take it easy on the run-in, and there is no sense pushing really hard because it's only making you tired for tomorrow. Ami finished there, and I guess we will have an interview with Ami Nymalm really shortly. Lost 1:30 to the Lotta Eerola, who's currently leading the heat. Her teammate. Ami finished together with the Ukrainian guy Stanislav Polyanitsia. Also both look tired. Ida Öbro finishing right there. 29 minutes, like a decent run by Ida Öbro, currently 2nd in her heat. Let's see if we can have an interview with Ami Nymalm really shortly.
Ami Nymalm, kyselit juomista tässä tällä hetkellä 3. 1,5 minuuttia Lotan takana. Miltä se juoksu tänään maistui?
No, yritin vetää rauhassa ilman pummeja ja niin se sujui ja loppuun myöten sitten pystyi vähän kiristääkin. Wow.
Ei mitään isompia ongelmia?
Ei. Puhdas suoritus.
Entä huomiselle millaisin mielin lähdet finaaliin? Kyllä tämä sinne riittää.
Toivottavasti. Siellä täysillä vaan.
No, siellä sitten täysille ja tsemppiä sinne.
Kiitos.
There was Ami Nymalm, she was telling that she did simply no mistakes today. Was happy with her race, maybe not pushing everything she had. Did just a solid race which is needed in this kind of qualification. Was hoping that it's enough for the A final, and I think it will be. And about tomorrow, she was expecting a difficult race. Said that tomorrow it's needed full speed, and if she can combine it with her no mistakes from today, that will be a really good performance today, and it will be high on the results list in the end. And meanwhile, there was Alexandra Enlund from Finland finishing there. No idea how she's done, but finished right there. Representing IFM in Finland in the club level on her first international races right here. Let's hope she got a good start for her games.
28-36 and a 5th place right now.
There was Marton Sacher finishing there. 28-36. Relatively good time for the Hungarian. He had caught Aidan Mintu from USA. And there we have an interview with Alexandra Enlund.
It's number 10 right now for the Irish girl.
No niin, Alexandra Enlund, debyytti tehty nuorten MM-kilpailussa ja vaikuttaa ihan hyvältä kakkosia tässä vaiheessa. Miten se juoksu sujuu?
Sujuu tosi hyvin. Mä yritin juosta, mä yritin olla rauhallinen ja joo, se onnistui tänään.
Okay, good run today and tomorrow you will be running a final. What kind of expectations for the final?
Suomen vai englanti?
In English, please.
I will try to do the same as today. Do the orienteering well and not try too much.
And for tomorrow, what kind of strategy you have for the final race?
The same as today.
Okay, good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good time for
Alexandra said that she had a good race today and expecting to tries to do the same thing tomorrow when it really matters in the middle A final. Most likely this run will be enough for the final. She finished second today in her heat currently and should be enough. And now we have an interesting GPS tracking between Ojanaho Johannesson and Olli-Pekka Heikkilä. And we see Ojanaho picked his control nicely there. Johannesson. Is this a mistake in the GPS? No, he made a small mistake there. And is more than 1 minute behind Ojanaho right now. 1.5 behind Ojanaho. And this 9th control is the one we get the interview.
You were really pushing. How was it today?
It was really nice. The terrain was quicker than expected. The controls, found them all fine. That was just the main aim. And got around pretty much spot on, so I was really happy with that. Just excited for tomorrow, hopefully.
And you will have quite good starting place for tomorrow. What kind of expectations you have for the final?
Well, this is my first JWOC, so I didn't really have many aims. I was hoping I'd make it to the final and then just see what happened after that. But there's a lot of people still to run today, so we'll see what happens.
Now it's looking good. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Grace Molloy, in her first JWOC, as she said. She's still quite young. She has 3 years left in the juniors, but she's been previously participating in AJOC twice, this year and last year, and I think she values her 4th place in the sprint last year the highest. So she's really big prospect in the British orienteering, and and has good chances in the sprint, I guess.
Rory Long from Ireland and Wong Yi Shan from Hong Kong.
Olli-Pekka Heikkilä lähestyy maalialuetta vielä.
There is the current situation in Ojanaho's heat. He was leading by impressive 4 minutes and
Rory Long finishing here, and Rory's finishing time will be 35:44, and that's a 50.
The men second qualification heat is led by Einar Melson right now. Timo Suutar is still second, Georg Kröll third, and so on. Bit surprised that Pierre Blanc is only 8th right now, and Jakub Dekret, who did really well in his home games in JWOC this summer, is currently 9th. Let's see if that will be enough for the final. It's tight. It will be tight. He is currently 9th, and 20 best will make it to the final. I was for sure expecting him to be among the 20 best. Olli-Pekka Heikkilä running towards the finish. The last meters for Olli-Pekka, who is also in his first JWOC in here. He had slight problems there, if I remember correct. But still a good run. He is currently 5th in the finish.
And the finishing time 25:39 for Olli-Pekka Heikkilä.
25:39 for him. I guess we will have a really soon an interview with Olli-Pekka Heikkilä from the finish. Jack O'Sullivan Hurihan finishing right after.
O'Sullivan Hurihan, place number 14.
And here we have a situation in the men third heat. Topi Syrjäläinen currently 6th. We had heard his interview where he said he was surprised how much he lost eventually. But now we will have the interview with Olli-Pekka Heikkilä.
Approaching from the last control, Australia's Patrick Jeffy in the qualification 3. And also with a good time.
Seems like there's no interview after all. We are having slight problems with the communication in here. Have to somehow guess when we are having those interviews and when not, but we will improve throughout the week. I will promise you that. Today is sort of a trial for this week, and we will learn how to use these systems and how to work together.
And Lisa
Jonsson Nordin approaching the finish, and now we will have interview with Olli-Pekka Heikkilä, I suppose, based on the pictures.
Takes place number 5.
Ruotsin
Olli-Pekka Heikkilä, pikaiset kommentit, pientä koukkua siellä alkumatka tiheikkarasteilla. Mitä siellä tapahtui?
Joo, otin alun tosi rennosti, ettei vaan tullut mitään hermokoukkuja. Mutta silti toi 3. rasti ei ihan auennut, että luin kumpareet väärinpäin ja tuli siinä hämmennettyä jonkin aikaa. En tiedä kuinka se aikahukka oli, mutta vähän meni siinä aika hukkaa. Loppurata meni ihan hyvin, mutta en ihan täysin latonut, että jotenkin oli jalat vähän tyhjemmät kuin olisin toivonut tälle päivälle, mutta kyllä huomenna on taas uusi päivä.
Olli-Pekka, little mistakes in the beginning, the rest quite good and stable running will be enough for the final. How about tomorrow? What kind of expectations you have for yourself?
I think there will be no big surprises for me. That I have been orienteering near Tampere many times in the last 2 years. So full speed, no mistakes.
That's a good advice. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Finishing here
Line Cederberg from Denmark with a good time in the ladies qualification.
Olli-Pekka finishing right there. His plan was to take it securely from the start. And well, anyway, he made a small mistake out there, but and his legs felt more tired than he was hoping for. But said that tomorrow they should be better, and this works as a good warm-up. And we have the Swede Henrik Johannesson finishing, who we had in the GPS tracking, following compared to Olli Ojanaho, but there is Valeri Ebischer taking the lead in the women heat 3, 24 minutes and some seconds, 1 minute faster than Lotta Eerola in the same heat. So the club mates Valeri Ebischer and Lotta Eerola are now in the places 1 and 2 in the women's third heat. Will be for sure easily enough for the A final tomorrow. A strong run by Ebischer. She has been spending a lot of time in Tampere region during the past year, and seems like it's paying off now when it's really time for it. Now we have an interview with Valeri Ebischer.
At least it seems so currently. What do you say yourself?
It is okay. In the beginning, for the first and the third control, I did 2 mistakes, not really big, and I could stop early enough, but it was like 2 times, I don't know, 30 seconds, 1 minute. But the rest of the race was okay, but I'm not feeling so good. I don't know, I'm not in that shape that I wanted to be, but it's okay.
The Swiss team had some difficulties in early June when you were running in the Finnish qualification races. Did you learn from that? It seems so.
Actually, I was not running there because I was in a training camp. But yeah, actually, some Swiss people were competing there and they had some trouble. But I'm sure that today they are all in top form and they will do it.
How do you feel about the A final tomorrow in middle distance?
I don't know. I think now I will not think too much about it. I will just run, do the same as today, and I try not to make some pressure for myself, and yeah, we'll see.
That's good. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
And the finish.
Oh, there we had the interview with Valeri Ebischer. She said that she's not currently in the shape she wants to be, so there's a task for his coach to make her not stress about it for tomorrow. Maybe she thinks so because I think she had slight hip problems after the Swiss long champs hit her hip in there and was only able to run the past week. So maybe that's the reason she thinks she's not in a very good shape, but at least her time is today very impressive and she will easily make it, and she's definitely one of the big favorites tomorrow. Here we see a tracking between Hardorn, Fosser and Syrjäläinen. If you ask Elias Kuukka, Fosser is one of the big favorites during this week. Elias has scouted his Doma and he thinks he's really skillful and fast. Fosser is only 18-year-old, so he has still 2 years left in the juniors. Seems like he's still already able to match Hardorn, but we remember Hardorn made a small mistake there before that, so that's why it's so tight there probably. But of course Fosser is also strong. Saskia Buchmüller finishing there, 27:39, finishing 8th in her heat currently. And another Swiss approaching the finish. Please tell me who. No idea. Number 324, Tino Polsini, 26:01. So it's a good time, and taking the 5th place in his heat, and guess it will be enough for the final.
Aika 26:01.
Tino Polsini also in his first JWOC, has never been previously to JWOCs. He's only 18-year-old, so 2 years left in the juniors. He's actually the youngest of the Swiss team in the boys side, but in AJOCs he has got some nice success. 2015 he was 4th in the sprint, and we know all the Swiss are always good in sprint, so it's gonna be really interesting to follow the sprint here on Wednesday. We can expect really good performances from all the Swiss runners there. There's a quiet moment currently in the finish area. No one finishing, no one cheering. Now I'm starting to hear some slight cheering from the last control. There must be someone coming soon. Joey Dowling interview right now.
Currently 9th place, about 6 minutes behind. How satisfied are you with your qualification race?
Yeah, pretty satisfied. I had a couple of little mistakes, like on number 3 just in the control circle, and then lost my compass a little bit on the way to number 4, but mostly I was just telling myself the whole way, just take it slow and be steady, because if I can have pretty much a clean race, then I'd be happy with that for myself. So.
Yeah, it might be enough for a final. How do you feel about that? What were your hopes?
Like, of course it would be awesome to make a final, but I know that I'm pretty happy with my race, so even if I don't make it, I'll still be stuck.
Okay, thanks, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
From the United States,
there was Joey Dowling. Last year she participated in JWOC and didn't make the final, so it would be a really great improvement if she this time would make it. And as we saw and heard, she's really happy with her race, and in case she won't make the final, she's still happy because she did a clean race, and that's what matters. You know, you cannot do much more than a clean race, and that's the best she can do. Klaas Mellebeck finishing there from Belgium, and at the same time at the starting line Russian Evgeny Godlevsky starting there, and we are back to the finish. And there is who is finishing? A Czech, Wojtek Sikora is finishing there. Seems to take it relatively easy also on the run-in, so probably has had a good race out there.
Finishing here, Wojtek Sikora from Czech Republic, and he's finishing with a good time.
Finishing right there.
25:29 and place 5th.
Fifth, taking the 5th place in his heat. 25 something, and it will be enough for tomorrow's final. However, there is also more people finishing, and from Great Britain Nathan Lawson had a bad run, seemingly not happy with his race, used like 35 minutes, and that will for sure not be enough for the final. Wojtek Sikora in the interview.
It should be enough. How do you feel about your race?
I'm quite satisfied. Like, I was trying to go something like controlled race, so no minor mistakes, just maybe 2 loops, but quite good.
And tomorrow, in the final, how do you feel about that?
Who knows? We will see.
We will see. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thomas Kriv.
Wojtek Sikora there.
55:07, and the 2nd place right now.
He was last year for the first time in JWOC, and now already really experienced international runner. He's been to AJOCs many times. He has really great success from AJOCs. so he knows how to handle these situations. Will be one of the runners who can surprise tomorrow in the final.
Ja hänen perässään maaliin tuli Tsekin Tuomas Ribda, aika miesten karsinta kakkosesta 25.07 ja tuolla ei ole kakkoseksi.
And the finishing time for Tommy Hayes, 25.
Some Norwegian finishing there, having troubles.
From Norway.
Yeah, seems like it's Mia Bäck from Norway.
Fighting for a top 5 position right now.
Squeezing herself in the top 5, I think.
Takahashi also running from the last control. And
using slightly under 30 minutes for her race, taking the 6th place, so not quite in the top 5, but
Thomas,
should be enough.
Currently sounds like a stable run.
Now another interview with the Czech.
This far, but I had about 2 small mistakes, about 15 seconds both, so yeah, I'm satisfied, but it could be better.
You were training here quite close. Did the course and the terrain today match your expectations?
Yeah, it was quite similar, but the first part was a little bit closed, but then I ran very good and I'm satisfied.
Okay, thanks and good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks.
And the Russian
Thomas Krivda
in the time of 30:11
in his first JWOC.
In the women's qualification group 2. Hinano Takahashi finished also Malte Poulsen from Denmark.
Meanwhile, Malte Poulsen finished there, taking the 15th place in his heat. Will be tight for the A final place. Guess he will just miss it. And number 5, 23 there. Kila Fairbairn. It's yet another quiet moment at the finish. We are waiting for runners soon. And also I'm waiting for my partner, Antti Harju, here today. He was supposed to commentate with me. Let's see when we will get some fresh blood, so to say, to the commentating. Now we see a comparison between Ingrid Lundanes, Ida Öbro and Emma Hagråth. Ingrid Lundanes seems strong, currently leading there. Öbro, Hagråth quite even, approaching the 5th control. Hagråth is now in live. And if my ears don't lie, I hear Antti Harju's voice next by the tent, so soon we will get some I will get some company here to serve you. We will probably have a bit better chance to follow the race when we are two persons here. Now we see Lundanes taking the path there. It's interesting to see whether she will climb up to the hill or follow the hillside from below. It looks a bit slow in the hillside, so I think it would be better to climb a bit higher up to the hillside and take the control from above. Meanwhile, Öbro has taken the 5th control really well. Instead, Hagråth is doing something really strange. Seems like she has somehow visited the control already, but having troubles taking the correct direction out from the control. Interesting. Cannot really tell what's going on in there. And Lundanes takes the upper route choice as I was expecting. That must be the fastest way towards the control. She just needs to be careful to drop down early enough to find the re-entrant where the control is situated.
18th place. Approaching from
And Haagroth seems to have changed her direction and is now heading towards the road, but lost there maybe half a minute on her mistake. Now we see him to have company here. Yes, exactly.
28-29 and the place number 6 at this moment.
Welcome on air, Antti Harju. How are you doing?
Thank you, sir. Fine. It's a nice day today. Nice beginning of the JWOC with the qualification and waiting really much for tomorrow and the first final.
Yep. We have actually no idea about the results, so we are totally relying on these pictures that we see and which the people see online. So we need to follow what's going on here.
And listen to the speaker.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah. I hope it will improve, and it will improve. We will make it improve during the weekend. I hope we will get some results at some point, and GPS probably.
From the last control, a good time. The Czech Republic
Number 626 from Lithuania.
is running for
Akvile Partkevici-Uute finishing there.
Qualification 2. Also Anna-Laura Freimane, Rachel Allen, Jakub Czubek, Ugne Kinei-Kaitte, Florian Kurz and Chu Ying.
What are your first impressions on the courses? Did you see the map?
Yeah, I have checked those before coming here. Looks like quite typical Tesco terrain without any big hills, I would say.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's more or less quite typical. Lots of colors, lots of forest work and some difficult controls in the green area.
Yeah, I divided the course in my head into two parts. I think the beginning is a bit more difficult and the end is a easier way out from the forest, and there are some bit more difficult controls in the beginning, like the first 4 in the green.
Yeah, in this kind of terrain you have to have some kind of transport legs. Those are now in the end because there are so many like fields and tracks and so on. So I would say that first half is interesting and the second half not that.
Yeah, we have seen in the GPS that some have had problems in the green in the beginning, and also the compass is important here because you need to stay on the line basically, and some have had problems leaving out from the control, taking the bad direction. And Kasper Fosser just finished there, taking the 3rd place in his heat.
And they into 18th place, the time 30 and 20. And Dorothea Müller from Germany.
And now we just got the results of all the heats. Somehow. Now we have an interview with Ingeborg Eide from Norway.
Also last year in JWOC, how was today's qualification race?
It was okay. I did a few small mistakes in the orienteering, but I didn't feel too good physically, so I feel like it's probably there I lost the most today.
For Finnish summer, this is a very warm day. How about tomorrow? You will be starting in quite good place. How do you feel about the final?
I'm excited. I'm hoping to do a good technical race tomorrow. And I hope to be fighting for the medals.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Saksan Dorothea Müller.
There we had the interview with Ingeborg Eide.
And the second place for Dorothea Müller from Switzerland.
And currently the situation in the men's first qualification heat, Ojanaho is leading from Finland. He's leading impressively by 2 minutes and 19 seconds down to Henrik Johannesson from Sweden. Kirill Komarov 3rd from Russia. In the men's second heat, Einar Melson from Norway is current leader, 32 seconds ahead of Thomas Krivda from Czech Republic and 152 ahead of Germany's Ole Hensler. And in men's qualification 3, Joey Hardorn, leader by 1:25 down to Isak from Krusenstjerna, 2 big stars of last year's JWOCs, and number 3 currently Alexander Zeppelin from Great Britain.
It's quite impressive time from Olli Ojanaho, I would say. And I'm expecting
from the last control.
Quite good run from him also tomorrow, and I'm expecting that he will cross the Corsetter's ideal time with 2 or 3 minutes or so.
Might be. Today the Corsetters were expecting 23 minutes for the winning time, and only beat that by 1:40. And actually, Jani Lakanen, when he was testing out the courses this morning, he told that no one will make 23 minutes, and now it seems like Hardorn and Johannesson have already made close to that 23 minutes, and Ojanaho like 2 minutes ahead of them. So Lakanen couldn't be any more wrong with his estimations.
Yeah.
What do we have the situation in the women's side?
In the first qualification, Anu Tuomisto is leading with 1 minute and 5 seconds before Grace Moller from Great Britain, and in third spot is Katrin Müller from Switzerland, 1 minute and 49 seconds behind. And second qualification, Ingrid Lundanes is leading, and Alexandra Enlund from Finland is in second spot, 1 minute and 11 seconds behind, and Ida Oebro from Denmark is in third spot, 2 minutes and 43 seconds behind, and then the third qualification, Valerie Abischer from Switzerland and Tampereen Pyrintö is leading there, and Lotta Eerola from Finland and Tampereen Pyrintö is in second place, 1 minute 25 seconds behind, and Anna Dvoryanskaya from Russia, third spot, 1 minute 45
and now
seconds.
when you're saying this, we see it also in the live stream, so you may watch it yourself as well.
Fourth place.
And now we have an interview with Pirte Fri.
That sounds like a good run. Are you satisfied with your own running?
Yes, I'm very happy with my race.
Did you think that you'd be this close to top at this stage? Were you confident that you will be running a final, or?
I think it's enough, but I don't know. I hope so.
Thank you. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Finishing here. From South Africa, and the finishing time is
Pirte Friedrichs there, finished 4th in the women's qualification heat 3. Is an really experienced JWOC runner, already in her 3rd JWOC, even though she has still 1 year left to go in the juniors. She has had some really great success in AJOC recently, not really recently, but in 2014 she was 8th in sprint and 4th in long, so she has experience of doing well in the international level. So the time is soon 11. We have the last starts today close to 12 o'clock. So still 1 hour of starts left. So many runners are still there warming up and getting ready for the races. Even though many have already also finished.
And finishing Theo Radondi from France in the 5th place.
Theo Radondi finishing in the 5th place in the men's qualification heat 2.
Group 2. And approaching also from the last control, Australia's Simon Barry.
That's a heat with Einar Melson from Norway is leading. But we have a good prospect, Simon Hector, soon approaching the finish. Hector started 10:38, so has spent now 20 minutes. And has just 1 minute ago punched the TV control and the split time there, and he's leading by 35 seconds down to Einar Melsom, so we can expect soon that the men's qualification heat 2 will have a new leader.
Yeah, I would say Hector is one of the main favorites in the men 20, and no wonder it's not a surprise he will take a lead at this point in the qualification 2.
Yeah. And at the same time, Niklas Kastner finishing in the men qualification heat 1 from Austria, taking the 10th place.
Niko Kessner Itävallasta miesten karsinta ykkösessä 10. Aika
26.54.
Eroa kärkeen 5.37.
5:30 down to Olli Ojanaho. And it's again silent in the competition center. Maybe some Latvians coming there. We see Latvian flag waving there by the last control. So maybe we can expect some Latvian. Endis Titomers.
He's in the top 5 right now.
Going to take a place in the top 5, we suppose.
Yeah, he's in the qualification number 3, I guess.
Is approaching a top 15 position.
No.
No. We will see. We will see. But Endis is finishing real soon. Last meters now. He's pushing hard and finishing there.
27.03 and place number 5.
Yeah, he's in the qualification number 2 and taking the 5th place.
Yeah, taking the 5th place exactly. And we are still expecting Simon Hector. Endis Titomer started 6 minutes ahead of Simon Hector.
Place number 10, Jauhen Jakuski from Belarus.
So if Hector keeps that pace that he has been keeping for the first 3K, he will take the lead here, and then will drop Titomers 1 place down to the 6th.
And Boer de Kuiper from Belgium running in a top 30 position right now.
There we have the Norwegian Jørgen Bakelid approaching the finish there. He is going to take some 9th, probably 9th place currently in the finish. Finishing there, taking the 9th place. 5:40 down to Olli Ojanaho, who is the sovereign leader in this category. 4:40, sorry.
Emma Haglund Ruotsista tulossa kohti maalia. Viimeisellä rastilla sijoitus oli hänellä 4. ja tuota ihan tällä hetkellä tavoitteena.
It's pretty hard at this point to estimate what will be the cut-off time in the men's qualification.
So many to come.
Can you make any estimate?
It's really difficult to guess. Usually it's been, I think, like 4 minutes from the winning time or so. But I mean, I haven't been studying the starting list so well if there is how the good runners are distributed in the starting list, so
it's pretty difficult to estimate at this point. We can see in the GPS tracking that it's Tuomas Heikkilä from Finland in the live situation there at the moment, doing quite good work with his orienteering all the way, and just taking the
minutes behind. How was your race?
It was okay. I tried to go really safe, but I did like a mistake or two during the race. But don't think it took that much time, no.
And finishing here in a moment, Sweden's Simon Hector, and this will be the
Simon Hector now finishing there. We were expecting him to finish. He started 6 minutes behind Endis Titomers, and now going to take the lead easily away from Einar Melsom. Simon is finishing there, and let's continue with the interview.
First time, but I don't know. I think it will be fun. So I look forward to it.
You will be in the A final. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Simon Hector maaliin ja kärkeen miesten karsinta kakkosessa aika 22.
Emma Haglund there, interview with her. She's in her first JWOC. Must have been a nice experience to finally get going.
30.57, place 17 right now.
I suppose we will have an interview with the new leader in the men qualification to Simon Hector soon also.
Fighting for a top 10 position right now.
Let's hope we will have an interview with Simon.
And the finishing time for Daniil Kashin, 25:54 and place number 9.
Simon Hector, you are definitely one of the favorites for the race. You have, I think, 4 medals from JWOC from before. Currently leading in your group, how was your race?
It was really good. It was really fun, quite challenging technically, so I really had to be focused, and once I was a little bit unfocused, there was some small error of direction.
Definitely good enough run for qualification race. How do you feel about the final race tomorrow? Are you fighting for the victory?
It will be really fun. I look forward to it, and I hope I will be able to do it good technically, because that will be very important.
That's important for sure. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
And Simon Hector was expecting a difficult race tomorrow, and said that it's important to have a clean race, and I think he's right in that.
Yeah, I think the middle distance might even be his main target in this championship. Very technical guy and has been running really well this year, and also some quite good legs in the big relays with his team.
And now France, Julia Dobson, United States. And Florence is making a very good time in the ladies qualification 3. She's fighting for top 3 position. Benjamin Leduc for top 10.
Benjamin Leduc about to finish soon in the men's qualification heat 3. Fighting for the 8th place right now.
Also finishing.
And will take the 8th place when he crosses the finish line in after a few meters. Alright,
Benjamin Leduc in place number 8, 26:11.
Taking the 8th place, 26 and 11, bit less than 3 minutes down to Joey Hardorn, who is the current leader in this heat. Julia Dobson taking the 19th place in the women's heat 2. Currently just within the top 20, but will be dropped out after few finishers.
And there we have again GPS tracking. It's Tuomas Heikkilä from Finland live there, and Simon Hector and Thomas Krivda syncered. So it means that Hector has a quite big lead on there, and Krivda is 3rd in the finish, and Tuomas Heikkilä now aiming for 4th spot.
Yeah, if Tuomas Heikkilä can pick those 3 remaining controls well, he will be will take the fourth place in the finish.
It's only one control left, number 11, where you should navigate a bit, but that's also quite close to the path there, and I guess it's just about running the last few hundred meters there.
Yeah, that's true. And I think now it seems that Heikkilä just picked his 11th control and is heading towards the road passing and then the last control.
It's doing quite stable race, Tuomas Heikkilä there, and we can expect him to be in the first top 10 today and easily take a place to the final for tomorrow.
Yeah, seems quite secure his place in the final right now.
In women's group 1, or in women's group, most of the top runners are from those countries that we would expect. That it's very nice to see that the German girls are doing really well. Dorothea Müller in group 1 currently 2nd, and group 3, Birte Friedrich is currently 5th, and they will most probably make it to the A final.
And with good times here finishing, Jasmina Gassner from Austria into place number 6.
Jasmina Gassner from Austria finishing there 6th on her heat right now. Gassner is an experienced
and now we have Tuomas Heikkilä.
Yep.
Now we have Tuomas Heikkilä there coming to the finish, just 100 meters left.
It seems like the coaches told him that he's doing well. He doesn't seem to push that hard on the running anymore. Approaching the finish there. Finishing there, taking the 4th place, 26:36, 1:34 down to Simon Hector, who's the leader right now.
Quite solid race, I guess, for him. He was quite cool when he came to the finish, and you can see that he didn't have to take everything out today.
Now we have an interview with Jasmina Gassner from Austria.
Jasmina Gassner of Austria, that's a stable run. I think it was 6th place currently. You had top 15 runs from last year, JWOC. What are your hopes for tomorrow?
Yeah, today I had a quite good race. Expect from the end there I made a small mistake. And yes, tomorrow, I'm looking forward to it, and let's see what happens.
Let's see. Good luck for tomorrow.
Jasmina seemed confident for tomorrow, and as I said, she's experienced in these international races and has had some very great success also in the European champs. Also this year taking the 5th in sprint and 4th in long, so she's one of the girls who we should not forget when going to the final tomorrow.
And there we have the synchronized situation in men qualification 3. Anton Forsberg is live there and Joe Hardon, Kasper Fosser and Topi Syrjäläinen synchronized, so we can see that Forsberg is a bit behind Hardon there in a real situation, around 20 seconds, and doing really good actually.
And now we have an interview with Tuomas Heikkilä.
Noin 1,5 minuuttia taisi olla ero kärkeen, mutta ihan kelpo juoksu. Mitä itse sanot?
Joo, oli hyvä juoksu, että pidi sellaista rennon reipasta vauhtia ja yritin vaan välttää virheet. Että sain vältettyäkin ne, että hyvin löytyi rastit, että ei sinällään ollut mitään ongelmia.
Eli homma hanskassa, millä fiiliksellä huomiseen?
Joo, hyvällä fiiliksellä, että tiedän, että kunto on hyvä ja maastotyyppi on tuttu, kun ollaan hyvin reenattu täällä ja kyllä niinku ihan luottavalla fiiliksellä.
Tsemppiä huomiselle.
Kiitos.
And finishing here.
And Tuomas Heikkilä was really confident for tomorrow. He says his shape is really good. He did what was needed today and is ready for tomorrow. Really looking forward.
Jan Baran from Poland, 29.53. Alvaro Casado from Spain, 36.14. And Emma Sherwood of Canada, 35.16.
We had a short interview with Tuomas Heikkilä of Finland, currently 4th in
Able run and was confident about tomorrow and
Sorsa on vielä siellä.
hope for the best for tomorrow for him.
11.32.
Koskas toi oli toi Valeri Simonan lähtö?
Niin.
Again, a silent moment in the finish. Would be nice to see some GPS wink wink for the director.
And
there we have Klemettinen currently leading Tuomisto in the just picked the difficult controls on in the hill, the 6th and 7th one. And Tuomisto is the current leader in the finish, so seems like Klemettinen has really good chances to take away the lead from Tuomisto.
Yeah, now we have only the transport legs left, mainly, so it's all about running now, I guess.
Of course, you can miss a little in the control picking at the 9th control, but I think Klemettinen is really experienced and knows the terrains around here well, so I expect her to do well in the end and will probably take the lead away from Tuomisto. Tuomisto lost a few seconds there when missing the 7th control by 15-20 seconds maybe.
Fabio Brunet here finishing in the time 55.29, place number 34 right now.
Seems like the runners are seeking the shadows when finishing. Doesn't feel that hot in here in the tent, but obviously it's out there when you're running and exhausted. The sun is shining, so maybe it's a bit hot in there.
Yeah, it can be, but we can expect this to be quite much changing weather, so no, would not be a surprise if tomorrow it would rain a lot.
The summer's been really bad here in Tampere so far, so we can expect anything. Here is the current situation in the women heat 1, Tuomisto leading, and as we said, there is chance for Veera Klemettinen to grab the first place in this heat. Dorothea Müller from Germany at the 2nd spot. That's great to see Germany doing so well. They have actually many runners who have done really well today. Also Marike Seeger currently in the top 20, so having the chances to make it, and I think that might be enough for the A final. We will see after today.
Samoin Saksan Colin Kolbe on tulossa miesten karsinta ykkösessä ja mahdollisuudet tällä hetkellä kärki kolmikkoon.
In a women's qualification too, soon will start one of the main biggest favorites, Simona Abersold from Switzerland.
Yeah, that's true.
11:17, so we can expect.
Really interesting to see how she will handle the race. Like 1 month ago when she was participating the Finnish selection races here close by, she was doing big mistakes, and let's see if she has learned something from those races.
Yeah, we will see. Same kind of situation it was also with Joe Hardorn in a men's class, but it seems he has been correcting those mistakes quite much today.
Yeah, Joey did really well today, and he was also doing a lot of mistakes 1 month ago, so seems like it was worth coming here for a training camp, because now Joey seems to be doing well.
For sure, yeah.
Second place in the women's group 2, and in the group 2 Ingrid Lundanes and Marie Olausen now twin lead for the.
Now Marie Olausen just finished, took the 2nd place in the women qualification heat 2. Only 12 seconds down to Ingrid Lundanes, and Norway takes the double lead right now. Seems like we are having an interview here.
Germany, it's looking very good for the German team. Two of the girls are near top as well. You are currently 2nd, was it right? Good run anyway. How did you feel about your race?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about my race. It's incredible. The speed was high. You always had to know where you're going, but if you know where you were, you just had to run. And nice terrain, but it's still challenging. Had a good race, small mistake, but pretty happy right now.
The terrain was as you expected?
Yeah, kind of. It was a little bit greener, I guess, but still pretty quick, as I said. And well, we were here often for training camp, so was well prepared, I guess.
Great. Thanks and good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks.
Colin Kolbe there. He took the third place in the men's heat 1, 24-23, so 3 minutes down to Olli Ojanaho, and that's a really good run by Colin Kolbe, and he will definitely make it to the A final, which he didn't succeed last year, so that's a great improvement from last year for Colin Kolbe.
And Kwon Min-Wang from Chinese Taipei. Also Uttiris.
We have a Canadian, Christian Mikkelsen, finishing there.
Making a good time. He's making into the top 5 in his group. Also Susanna Vanchik from Poland approaching.
Ullis Upitisilla tuo viimeinen mäki on verottanut todennäköisesti yhden sijan. Tuolla vielä mäen alla hän oli kolmantena.
Ullis Upitis finishing there in the men heat 3. Will take the 4th place right now. Bit less than 2 minutes. More than Joey Hardon had on his.
And quite soon we can expect Anton Forsberg in the same class.
That's true, yeah.
To finish, yeah, he has been in the 2.7 kilometers intermediate and second spot.
Yeah, only half a minute slower than Joey Hardon in there. So in 2 minutes we will expect him, but now Uldis Upitis.
Are you satisfied?
Thanks. I am quite satisfied. I made quite safe run. Didn't run too fast, but didn't make any mistakes at all, I think.
Have you been running much in Finland?
Yeah, this spring and summer quite much compared to other years.
What about tomorrow? What do you expect of the final?
I will try to do my best, and then we'll see what happens, because you never know.
Okay, good luck and thank you.
Iloisia uutisia mäen.
And Uldis Upitis there. He will definitely make the final, just like last year. Last year he placed 45th in the middle final, and if he runs like today, tomorrow, then he will definitely improve that placing. And Anton Forsberg should be really soon to the last control.
And also Veera Klemettinen.
And also Audun Heimdal. Audun Heimdal punches there right before Veera Klemettinen, and we are having troubles to follow all of these runners, but let's see.
Veera Klemettinen is running for the first place in the women's qualification 1, where Anu Tuomisto is still the leader.
Veera Klemettinen is heading for the first position in the women qualification 1. He's taking it easy. We'll have 30 seconds time to make it. And meanwhile the Norwegian Audun Heimdal finishing 4th in the men qualification heat 2. 1:14 slower than Simon Hector in the finish, and it will be enough for the A final. And then Veera Klemettinen right there finishing takes the lead away from Anu Tuomisto by 19 seconds.
19 sekuntia nopeampana kuin Anu Tuomisto.
Finishing here, Taras Rachuk from Ukraine in place number 23. Also finishing.
Seems like Taras Rachuk gave his everything on the run-in. He's really tired. Now we are expecting an interview with Veera Klemettinen.
Janosikova, both with good times to the last control.
Veera Klemettinen, hienosti kärkeen, kovasti yritit hidastella tuossa niin paljon, että Anu olisi päässyt edelle, mutta ei pystynyt, eli erinomainen juoksu, kaikki ilmeisesti oli kun hanskas.
Joo, aika lailla. Yksi pieni virhe tuli, mutta muuten aika hyvin.
Millä mielellä sitten huomiselle? Nyt näyttää ainakin erittäin hyvältä.
Hyvillä mieli. tästä on hyvä jatkaa.
Tästä on hyvä jatkaa. Tsemppiä huomiseen.
Kiitos.
9 kantaa Yhdysvaltain Anton Salmenkylä.
Number 339, Anton Salmenkylä from United States, finishing the currently 15th in the men heat 1.
Not that good race, I guess, for him.
Yeah, I think he was expecting better probably.
And Teresa Yeliskova, she's finishing here and a very good time in the ladies qualification 3 where Vera Clementine is leading, and into place number 4, 26-23, and a good time we're also approaching Vera Chiusole from Italy and Anton Forsberg from Sweden into a top 3 in the men's qualification 3.
Anton Forsberg on käynyt viimeisellä
And now we are waiting for Anton Forsberg. He has punched the last control. We are maybe a bit too eager a few minutes ago when we were already waiting for him, but he will take the second place right after his teammate Simon Hector.
And in the men's qualification 3, Joey Hardorn is still leading. Anton Forsberg now in the second place.
Sorry, talking about the different heat. Of course, he's taking the second place in the heat with Joey Hardorn leading and Isak von Krusenstjerna third. So the two Swedes on a place 2 and 3 right now in the men heat 3.
Soon we can also we are waiting already. A new top time in women qualification 2. Linnea Guldsæter from Sweden. She's leading in the intermediate 2.2 kilometers with half a minute or a bit over.
Yeah. Now interview with Anton Forsberg.
We were 4th in middle distance last year, and 2 medals from relay in JWOC. Yeah. How was your qualification today?
It was good. No mistakes at all. I was very taking it easy and just picking the controls one by one. So no mistakes, but the speed wasn't the best. But tomorrow it will be perfect.
Our speed was quite enough. How familiar are you with this type of Finnish terrain?
Very familiar. Like in Uppland where I came from, it's very similar. So I'm very confident in this kind of terrain.
Looking good, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good for the Swedish runners, and we are waiting the next runner to the last control.
Anton Forsberg telling that he's confident about tomorrow and really looking forward, so it's nice to hear that. Interesting to see how he will defend his 4th place from last year. The call setter is approaching the last control. And now I think we saw some Swedish colors there punching the last control right now. And there we have
on the last control, Linnea Guldsæter of Sweden, also Agnes Rebecca Neda from Romania approaching from the last control.
He's been really fast in the end. She's 2 minutes faster than Ingrid Lundanets right now on the last control. So she must have been pushing really hard all the way to the finish and not easing up that much on the run-in. She seems to be in really good shape, finishing there, taking the lead away from Ingrid Lundanes by 2 minutes and 1 second.
Kärkeen sarjassa, naisten karsintasarjassa 2, aika 24:33.
Impressive run by Linnea Guldsæter.
And finishing also here, Agnes Rebecca Neda of Romania in place number 29. The time.
Agnes Rebecca Neda from Romania finishing there in the women qualification 3.
Linnea, that was a good race.
Now an interview with Linnea Guldsæter.
This group 2 slower course than the others, but now you are about at the same level as the leaders in other groups. Must have been a good race.
Yeah, no big mistakes. I have when I feel that I'm not that sure, I stop and stood still in this forest, just like, okay, control, map, compass, and then okay. So yeah, just checking all the time.
That's a very good way to orienteer in qualification, especially. How about tomorrow? Is it more offensive orienteering?
Maybe not that more, a bit more speed when it's possible. Now I have hold back a bit. So yeah, there's more to come.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
And finishing here from France, Juliette Basset with a good time.
Juliette Basset finishing there, the little sister of Isaiah and Luca Basset.
Also finishing here.
And I think Lucas and Isia are here cheering for their little sister. So nice to see the third sibling of the Basset family doing well.
And Lam Cho Yu from Hong Kong, also Lin Chin Ti from Chinese Taipei. And there, Wakana Miyamoto of Japan finishing 40 minutes 37 seconds, place number 33.
How long has one of the biggest favorites, Simona Ebersold, been running now?
It's been now 11 minutes, so first intermediate is 2.2 kilometers, so it's a bit more than 5 minutes we can expect her to punch there.
Interesting to see how she will do.
We are expecting is in women's class qualification 1 Maria Prieto from Spain, aiming for top 6.
That sounds
good, and that sounds really nice that the Spanish runner can reach the top places here in Finland in a very Finnish terrain.
Yeah, I think Maria Prieto is experienced in this. And there she is, finishing right there in the women heat 1, taking the 7th place right now. 2 minutes and 20 seconds down to Veera Klemettinen. I think Maria Prieto is the strongest girl in the team. She's actually really fast runner. She participated in World Champs this year in Estonia. She was 17th in the sprint qualification in Tartu. Just missed the final by 10 seconds. So she's really fast, and if she can find the controls out there, she will be strong.
There we got a finish from Marcin Biederman from Poland in men qualification.
And now we have an interview.
Maria, from Spain, I think you are currently 7th, and that means that you will be running a final tomorrow. How was your race?
Well, I start really carefully because the first points are much tough, and then when I punched the number 5, I saw like the map was more clearly, so I start run faster, and I don't know, I'm really happy with my race.
Have you been training here?
Yes, I will train. No, I trained here 2 weeks ago before the Jukola, and then I went back to Spain. So that's the only time that I were here.
Yeah, but it's very good, and good luck for the A final tomorrow.
Thank you.
Really great to hear the comments from Maria Prieto, Spain. Seems like she's a fast learner. She was only here once before, like she said 2 weeks ago, before Jukola. So considering that, she did really well today. Now we have a tracking there.
Yeah, we have Simona Abersot live there and comparing to Linnea Golsater and Ingrid Lundanes, the previous leader and second spot, or they are leading in Finnish, but Simona is a bit ahead.
Is she too high in the hill? Will she?
Yeah, too high, but I guess she can see the vegetation border there, and now going quite straight towards the 6th control and taking a punch quite soon, and
aiming towards 7th, and it's a bit easier leg there waiting, and also actually from 7 to 8.
But it was impressive to see Linda Kolsetter was beating Lundanes by 2 minutes in the finish, and the difference there is only like 30 seconds. So
yeah,
Kolsetter was really fast towards the finish.
Yeah, we will see how fast Simona wants to run the rest of the course. If she's been doing good work, there's no need to push really hard and save some energy towards tomorrow.
Jara A from Australia, Lee Chung-Hu, Vogt Heukens, and Hannah Thiels. First of these,
Jara Day finishing there.
34 minutes and 16 seconds, place number 30.
Takes the 30th place in the men qualification heat 2.
Running here into place number 35.
Also Lee Chun-Hu taking the whatever place in men qualification 3.
Number 23, time 31:35, and Hannah Thiels.
On one of the strong Swiss runners, Pascal Busch, started 11:08 and has now spent almost 27 minutes there, so we should be expecting him soon if he's done well. I have no idea how he's done so far.
Yeah, I've heard he's made some mistakes in the beginning and has been 3 minutes behind on the intermediate 2.8k. So it's not a very like super run, but we will see if he can reach the final.
Yeah, currently he's 12th in the split time.
The next ones we are awaiting to
and seems like he's like 3 minutes down to Simon Hector, who's current leader in the finish.
The next really good time we are expecting is in men's qualification 1, Elias Jonsson from Norway, currently in 4th spot in the intermediate 2.7k.
Yeah, that's true.
It's 2 minutes behind Olli Ojanaho, but only 20 seconds behind the current second place holder Henrik Johannesson.
Yeah, so he still has chances for the second place as well, and that he. And here's the current situation in the men qualification heat 1. Colin Kolbe still having the 3rd place there. Great to see. And the Swede Jesper Svensk seemed to have had a tough day out there, currently 16th, so he will need to be, or like he must be like following the race really tightly if he will make it or not to the final.
Also, Pascal Busch from Switzerland and Isabel Bryant have passed the last control.
Now we got the split from Simona Abersol from 2.2k, and she's currently 44 seconds leading the current leader in the finish, Linnea Goldsatter.
Okay, yeah. Seems like she will have a good day today and will take the lead easily. And at the same time we have Pascal Busch finishing there. We seem to pushing hard. He has lost some time in the beginning. Let's see how he will do. 28:09, so takes the 12th place currently in the finish.
Should be enough, but never say it before the race is over. So I think he has to look after the results quite carefully still.
Yeah, that's true.
For some time.
It's quite tight, and as we see, he's studying them up. He knows he's done some mistakes there and must be frustrated about it.
Finishing there, and race number 7.
Mile Bevier taking the 7th place there. One person in Ylläs must be really happy about Mile's performances here today.
She's in the A-finals.
And we have a good split in the men qualification too from Jannis Bonek, Austria, the 5th spot in the first.
And we have an interview right now going on.
Okay, Pascal, first of all, congrats for the Jukola 3rd place. Today you had some difficulties, but it seems that it's good enough for a final.
Okay, yeah. In the beginning, I was quite happy. It was quite good. And then I made, I think, maybe 2-minute mistakes to the 7, and then another mistake to the 10th. It's not so good, but yeah, if I'm in the half final, it's enough.
How about tomorrow? You will have quite early start then. How do you improve from today?
I think I have to not to run too fast, to take the time to do my own orienteering and do well, I think. Yeah.
The course today, did it match your expectations? Was it something that you've been training for?
Yeah, I think it was. I expected something like this. It was not so difficult, but yeah, it was good. Yeah.
All right, good luck for tomorrow then.
Thank you.
Ja näin jälleen odotetaan. Seurataan miten kisa menee. Odotamme tietoa.
That was Pascal Buss. Said he had some troubles there, and let's see if it's enough for the final. I guess so, but it will be tight.
It looks really good for the Swiss top runners in the women's side. Now Sophie Bachmann has taken the first spot in the first intermediate ahead of her teammate Valerie Abischer in 2.2 kilometers, 17 seconds lead for Sophie Bachmann from Switzerland.
Yeah, Sophie was impressive in the Finnish selection races 1 month ago here. She was beating Simona Ebersold in all the races, I think, and seemed to be the best Swiss on those races.
Soon we will have Simona Ebersold in the finish.
Yeah, we heard she just crossed the road before the last control and now heading towards the last one. Really soon on the last control, and I guess we can hear from the cheering of the fans when she approaches the last control.
And also in the men's class, men qualification 1, Elias Jonsson from Norway is coming to the third place. Soon.
Currently on the run-in now, a few meters left to the finish. Actually, it's interesting. The father of Elias Jonsson was the international controller in the World Champs in Tampere 2001, so they have a connection with his father in that sense. Taking now the third place, 2:40 slower than Olli Ojanaho, so that's a really strong performance by Elias Jonsson today.
And now we have Simona
Ebersold, exactly.
running.
She's now turning to the last run in, and few meters left. Will be taking the lead in the women's qualification heat 2. She's leading in the last control by 1 minute and finishing there.
Quite clearly.
Yeah, I expect we must have an interview with her real soon. She was the biggest star of JWOC last year in Switzerland, taking 3 golds and 3 golds, and on the long distance she placed well. Had a tough day then, but did really good performances last year, and will interesting to see how she will do this year.
Kärkeen sarjassa, naisten karsinnan sarjassa 2, aika 23:32.
Simona Ebersold, that's a very good run. We were a bit concerned after Grano Games here, but now it's looking good, and you know these terrains. How was your race?
It was a very good race, and yeah, I took my time, and I think that was the key to that good race. And I think the Grano Games were just a warm-up, and afterwards it gets better.
Definitely. Are you confident that you can defend your gold medals from last year in these terrains also?
I don't know yet. We'll see tomorrow, but the Finns are very strong here because they know the terrain very well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's race, and will give my best.
It's looking good. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks.
We just heard Valerie Abischer. There's a new good time coming in the same class.
Yeah, we got an interview from Simona, and she was really much expecting for tomorrow and said that the Finns are really strong. But she will be also. In the men's qualification 2, we have a new leader time in the first intermediate, 2.8 kilometers. Simon Imark, one of the favorites, the Swedish runner, 10 seconds before his teammate Simon Hector there.
And we had the finish of Yannis Bonek right there, placed 4th in the finish. Yannis is celebrating his birthday today and seems like he's done a really good performance and will be easily through to the final. Only 1:12 down to Simon Hector now. So what would be a better birthday present for himself than a place in the A final for tomorrow?
In his group number 1, also
there we have a French guy, Elias Guilhelm, finishing. He's a very big prospect in the French orienteering for the future. He has dominated the JWOCs, the European champs.
And doing really good work also today, 4th spot at the moment.
And he's still young, he has many years left, but now we will have an interview.
On Simon Hector, joten 2 Simonia käy kovaa kisaa keskenään siinä. Kumpi on tällä hetkellä 1, kumpi 2, ja vaikuttaa siltä, että Simon Hector pitää tuon kärkitilan hallussaan. Simon Imarkilla vielä sen verran matkaa jäljellä, joten kello käy siten, että hetken kuluttua Simon Hector kärjessä ja
Simon Imark finishing there, taking the first place 1 second ahead of Simon Hector. So the Swedes are really solid on this category and in this heat. Now currently on the spots 1 and 2.
Looking very good for the Swiss team. You are currently leading, Valerie 2nd and Simona 1st, I think. You had a good run.
Yeah, I did. The beginning was really technical, but I took it easy and really made sure that I knew what I was doing, and then I came into flow and it was good until the finish. Yeah, I'm happy with it.
You've had a good preparation. You've been training here for some time.
Yeah, I've been here for 3 weeks in June and did a training camps and the Grano Games, and yeah, I think that was really good. Yeah.
Tomorrow, a final, good starting place. What kind of expectations you have for the final for yourself?
My goal is to finish in the top 10, so I hope I can have a clean race and concentrate, focus. Yeah.
It's looking good, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
No pressure to Sophie Pahman, but I mean, if she can repeat this performance tomorrow, top 10 is easily.
There we have Alexis Soros alive against Simon Hector and Simon Imark, the strong Swedes, and it's looking good for the Finnish runner. Soros are there in control number 6. It's within seconds those 3 runners, and
from the ninth control we will get the first split. So, and currently on the 9th split, Imark is leading and Hector second, 6 seconds down. So, if Sorsa can keep up that pace, he will be easily through to the final for tomorrow.
But anyway, it looks that it's been stable and good start for the Finnish runner, and going well at the moment.
Now we have the Belgium Matthias Blaise finishing there.
28, 23, and right now place number 20.
And there we have a really good time from the
Agnes
Kraft from Denmark, going in the 3rd spot in the women's qualification 3.
Yeah, that's true. Losing only 50 seconds to Sophie Pahman, so that's a really strong run by Agnes Kraft from Denmark. One of the first starters, Lotta Erla, currently 4th in that category.
And Jennifer Ricketts of Great Britain, and Jennifer is running good, running well. She's fighting for a top 5 position right now.
There we have a British runner, Jennifer Ricketts, going in the top 5 in women qualification 1, finishing now.
Yeah. Must be a clear A final place for Ricketts. Must be enough. She seems a bit confused. Someone should tell her that it's done and it's enough.
It's maybe she was not that used to timekeeping system we have today here.
Yeah, because you don't need to punch at the finish line, so it's a bit confusing. You only need to cross the finish line, and there is no big finish line built there. So, and here we see again a comparison with Sorsa, Hector, and E-Mark. Sorsa has maybe lost few seconds on this 7th leg here.
You could say it's around 10-15 seconds the gap now to the two Swedes who are really doing good job and running actually the same routes almost there. Sorsa is taking a bit more green towards the top of the hill, and it's not bad route, but a bit slower than the Swedes.
Yeah, the Swedes used the road a bit more, and I think that they gained a few seconds that they gained on this leg. But the 8th leg looks tricky. That's on the hillside, and let's see how Sorsa will take it. We know that the Swedes take it well, and they are the current leaders in the finish right now. Let's see who we have in here.
And Hungary's
Mihály Ormai from Hungary, finishing the men's qualification heat 3, taking the 19th place, so will be really tight for the final, and I would guess that he will probably drop out, because there are a few faster guys still out there coming. For example, Nikita Kurevich, currently 11th in the first split, and Michal Svoboda from Canada, 14th in the first split.
Soon we will expect the top 5 from Sanna Fast from Sweden in women qualification 1, coming really soon to the finish.
And just David Runde finished just in his first JWOC. He's a really young athlete, only 16-year-old, and has still 4 years left in the juniors. Placing 16th currently in the men heat 1.
And now in the men heat 3 we have a new leader in the first intermediate, Akseli Ruohola from Finland taking the first spot.
That's true, he beat Joey Hardorn by almost 20 seconds in there. But in the exactly same heat, men's heat 3, it will be interesting to see if one of the Finns, Topi Syrjäläinen, will make it through. He's currently 15th there. It will be tight for him,
I guess. It will be really tight, and he has to wait until the last finisher to be clear or not. But it looks good for Akseli Ruohola in the first position there, going really well at the moment. And
we know that he has now picked the most difficult controls out there on the course, and it's a bit easier controls left, and we know he's a strong runner, so should be a final place for him.
Approaching from the last control, we have Michael Svoboda of
and now Michael Svoboda from Canada is finishing there.
From Turkey.
He was 14th on the first split time. Will squeeze himself into the top 20. Let's see. A good race by Michael Svoboda there. He's currently 16, 27-15. Exactly 4 minutes down to Joey Hardorn. So interesting to see if Svoboda will make it through the final.
Now we got a split from Aleksi Sorsa in men qualification 2, and he's in 3rd spot, half a minute after the leading Simon E-Mark there in the 2.8k.
Yeah. And now we have a tracking with Ruohola, Hardorn and Fosser.
It looks Ruohola is clear leader.
Yeah. He took a clear route choice on this 12th leg to make it easy for himself. And he's now approaching the second last control, and then there's only the hill up to the last control left, and he will easily make it to the final, maybe winning his heat today. At least soon taking the lead away from Joey Hardorn. guess the coaches will tell him that he's been really fast and he don't need to push on the.
He can decide himself if he wants to win or not.
Yeah. Of course, it's a competition of the starting place for tomorrow. Akseli Ruohola now, we can see him on the run in there.
Yeah, now he's 12 seconds ahead of Hardon in the last control, so it's
seems like it's up to him whether he wants to win or not.
There he comes, and I think the speed is good enough to take the lead at the moment.
Joey also knew that he's strong. He was doing well, so he was probably not
11
also
seconds
doing
lead.
Giving all. Yeah. And we will have an interview with Akseli Ruohola right now.
3.04 ja 11 sekunnin turvin kärkeen.
Daniel Vandas of the Czech Republic, time 27:14, place number 12 right now.
Akseli Ruohola, sen verran tsemppasit loppuun, että viime vuoden maailmanmestari jäi taakse. Miten reissu meni?
Meni kyllä erittäin hyvin, että alku oli vähän hakemista, oli sen verran jännitystä pinnassa, että siinä oli vähän, mutta sitten kyllä se aika kotosaa menoa oli.
Täällä on leireilty riittävästi.
Kyllä, karttoja löytyy aika paljon.
Hyvältä näyttää huomiselle, millä mielellä ja millaisin tavoitteen finaaliin?
No, mä lähden finaaliin tekemään puhdasta suoritusta ja koitan kääntää, että kotiyleisön niin kuin positiiviseksi voimaksi.
Juuri näin. Tsemppiä huomiselle.
Kiitos.
Akseli Ruohola told that he's been here on a training camps many times and he's ready for tomorrow and he hopes a big support from the home crowds and he wants to use the advantage and wants to do well tomorrow, of course.
One part is always, of course, the preparation, and it's easy for those who have the home competitions, but it's also the support from the audience and so on. He knows that it's a lot of people here cheered for him, and you get the spirit from that when you are running the
that's true.
Home championships.
The Dane Karl-Emil Scheuer Kuvsted finished there on the guess 16th place. Don't have his finishing time there, but I think he finished 16th or 17th.
And it seems Aleksi Sorsa has been continuing quite well. He's running in qualification too, keeping the same speed with the Swedes, Imak and Hector, and is currently in the third spot, only a couple of minutes from the finish.
Yes, I think he will soon punch the last control and we will see him.
Maybe actually only 1 minute now.
Yeah.
He's fighting for the third spot with Einar Melson.
Control there. Now heading towards the finish. I think he will take the third place away from Einar Melson right after the two Swedes.
I think he's pushing quite much, so should keep this 7 seconds gap he had to Einar Melson from Norway in the fight for the third spot.
Finishing taking the third place.
And a New Zealand guy, Devon Beckman, there came with Alexi and is currently 14th and quite strongly going to the A final.
Yeah, I think it will be enough. There are still few runners out there, but not enough to make.
But I guess not everyone will.
Now we will
go.
have an interview with Aleksi Sorsa, I suppose.
Aleksi Sorsa, pientä kärsimystä oli ilmeessä tuossa tuossa loppusuoralla, eli ihan tosissaan loppuun asti, mutta suht tyytyväinen taidat olla.
Joo, no, kuuluttaja pelästytti noilla sekunneilla, niin halusin kuitenkin se kolmannen siihen ottaa tuossa loppuun. Niin piti puristaa vähän.
Minkälainen tuo rata mielestäsi oli?
No, mulle totta kai suomalaisena tuntui ihan tutun helpolta, että lähdin ihan rauhassa ottaa suunnistus edellä, etten stressannut vauhista sen vertaan, niin annoin vauhin olla mitä on ja naulailin rastit tuossa ihan rauhassa.
Okay, shortly in English, you were taking it quite easy and felt quite safe. How about tomorrow? You are now third in your group. What kind of expectations for the final?
I don't know, it's my first time in JWOC, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but maybe same kind of tranquility in mind, and maybe if I find the controls all right, then the speed shouldn't be a problem also. So same kind of attitude like today.
That's great. Good luck for tomorrow.
Yes, thank you.
The competition time is 11:58. That means all the men are already now out in the forest now, and we're only waiting for them to finish.
So all the men are now started. Everyone is in the forest. It's only about waiting for them to finish, and then we will have the final results. Really interesting to see how it will end up.
There, and Teresa Smelikova in place number 18, the time 29.
But the women have been. The last start in the women was 11:30, so they have been out there already half an hour. So soon we can already tell the top 20 in each women's heat and see who is progressing to the final.
We still have some interesting names in the forest, for example Inka Nurminen from Finland in the women's qualification 2, not doing a super start for her race and being 20 in the place number 22 in the first intermediate, so it will be a tough race for her, but there you can see
there is a comparison between Teele Telkma, who is currently the 20th,
and Nurminen there, but it seems that Nurminen has taken the control and going towards the next one in the bridge and should secure her place. If running really fast to the finish, of course, is needed.
But for sure it's about seconds now. And
yeah, terrible start has been for her in the beginning today, but doing a bit better after that.
It's really tight in there around the 20th place, but it seems now that Nurminen will squeeze herself into the top 20. Approximately 10 seconds ahead of Teele Telkma right now, I think. And I think she will push really hard the run-in, so we will see.
Yes, she should be clear. It's already around 20 seconds the gap.
Okay. Maybe we'll see a fast finish from her anyway.
But for tomorrow, I guess she should need a bit more secure orienteering than for today.
Yeah, for sure. This is not such a performance that will give you good places tomorrow in the final. So for sure she needs to improve a lot. And there we see Inka Nurminen finishing. She's pushing really hard. Finishing there, she knows she has done mistakes.
And I guess pushing the last 10-15 minutes like hell.
Yeah, I think so.
To reach the place in the A final, and she did it.
She did some mistakes in the beginning, and after that she's been running well, and currently 17th place right now. 32:22. 9 minutes.
It looks it has been a really tough race, so she has taken everything out in the final minutes.
Let's see if that will affect his performance today. Of course, it's not that very long competition today, half an hour. So if you're in a good shape, that should be no problem for tomorrow, I guess. let's see if we will have an interview with Nurminen. Would be interesting to hear her thoughts about the race and where she lost some time. Seems like we don't get one.
It sometimes happens. Next top 10 expectation is from Mihail Kulesov from Russian Federation in men qualification 2. He's in 10th spot in the first intermediate there.
Yeah.
Finalistiksi ennätä. Inka Nurminen oli...
But women's race is clear now.
Ja tuossa Q2 oli sen verran... Eli 20 parasta ryhmittäin ja kun tuo miesten sarjatkin saadaan...
So, now in the women's the situation is that all is clear and we have those 20 per heat who will be in the final, and in the first heat there is those 20 are Veera Klemettinen from Finland, Anu Tuomisto from Finland, Dorothea Müller from Germany, Grace Moller from Great Britain, Jennifer Ricketts from Great Britain, Sanna Fast from Sweden, Katrin Müller Switzerland, Ingeborg Geide Norway, Maria Prieto Spain, Jasmina Gassner Austria, Josephine Lind Denmark, Line Söderberg Denmark, Victoria Hastad Björnstad Norway, Chenge Vinijai Hungary, Susanna Moravska Poland, Ekaterina Ryzanova Russia, Susanna Wanzik Poland, Zlata Malisheva Russia, Saskia Buchmüller Switzerland, Marie Kesseger Germany.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that Finland, Germany, Great Britain, Denmark, Norway, Russia and Switzerland had all 2 runners within these 20 best, but Sweden's Vilma von Krusenstjerna was just dropped out. She placed 24th today. Also Czech Republic was unlucky. Because Teresa Sechova placed 22 in this heat.
Then in the second heat, women qualification 2, we have winner Simona Apersold, Switzerland, second Linda Gulsarter, Sweden, and third Ingrid Lundanes, Norway. Then Marie Olausen, Norway, Barbora Chaluska, Czech Republic, Alexandra Enlund, Finland, Marie Tammemäe, Estonia, Emma Hagro, Sweden, Ida Uebru, Denmark, Veronika Kalinina, Russia, Annika Simonsen, Denmark, Daniel Goodall, New Zealand, Andrea Diaksova, Bulgaria, Ekaterina Vlasova, Russia, Deborah Stadler, Switzerland, Juliette Bazet, France, Inka Nurminen, Finland, Wanda Vekoni, Hungary, Marine Silien, Belgium, Anna Kopechka, Czech Republic.
Yeah, I think no big surprises in this heat. The strongest countries are all in the final for tomorrow. Maybe a slight disappointment for the Austrians. Both Austrian girls dropped to the B final. But otherwise, I mean the biggest favorites are all through to the A final in this heat.
And then we take the third heat. Winner Sophie Bachmann, Switzerland, second Valerie Abischer, Switzerland, and third Agnes Kraft from Denmark. Then we have fourth Lotta Eerola, Finland, and at the same time fourth place Florence Hanaren from France. Then Teresa Jansikova, Czech Republic, Anna Dvoryanskaya, Russian Federation, Birte Friedrichs, Germany, Maëlle Bauer, France, Ami Nymalm, Finland, Fiona Bunn, Great Britain, Isa Envall, Sweden, Mia Beckhus, Norway, Lisa Jonsson Nordin, Sweden, Kaste Rutkalskaite, Lithuania, Lisette Termansen, Denmark, Isabel Seger, Germany, Teresa Smelikova, Slovakia, Dasha Panchenko, Russia, Maria Gorchutsa, Poland, and Vera Ciusole, Italy, the same time. Those two in the 20th spot.
No really big surprises here either. Maybe Klara Novotna's 22nd place, Czech Republic, dropping just out of the final. As well as Norway Ragne Wiklund's 38th place are slightly disappointing for them, but other runners of these bit stronger countries are all through to the A final in here.
And then we have the late starter Matthew Perrin doing really good work in the men qualification. Same qualification with Joe Hardon and Akseli Ruohola, number 3, and currently in the 2nd spot in the forest, just entering the last difficult controls 7, 8 and 9. The Frenchman has been doing really good job so far.
Actually, he's ahead of the current leader, Akseli Ruohola, right now. Ruohola was able to pass Hardorn after this point. It was at the 10 control where we got the first split, and Ruohola was leading in there. So Hardorn might be missing a bit somewhere here, but what do you think? Has Perrin visited the control, or is he heading?
It's all about the GPS accuracy, but I guess he's now turning back, so he didn't visit the control, and
seems like he lost a bit
he's
of
doing
time
at least 20 seconds mistake there.
Yeah. No big thing actually. He will. If he takes it clean to the end, he will easily make it.
He's still in the game.
Yeah.
The fight for the top 3 place.
He's only a few seconds behind Akseli Ruohola, who's the leader now in the finish.
From Spain and Kotake from Japan are
He has been following the old. If you make a mistake, do it fast, and he did it really fast.
How about that mistake? How about that old rule that if you miss, you should catch it by running?
That's not a rule you should follow, I guess.
But it seems like Perrin did that one as well, really well.
But it's a bit risky, I guess.
Yeah.
Now it's interesting to see Perrin is running in the slope. This leg
might be a bit slower than
8 to 9. It's quite. It looks a bit stony there, and both Ruohola and Hardon are taking the route from the upper side and coming from the top to the control. And Perrin is running quite fast actually in the slope, as you can see.
Yeah, it seems like he's now he's even overtaking Ruohola on that leg. He was a few seconds behind on 8th.
Yeah, the speed is really good.
Yeah, I think Perrin is one of the biggest chances for really good placings here in JWOC this year in the men's side. One of the strongest at least in the French team.
And it seems that he has a quite good grip in this kind of terrain we have here in Tesco.
Yeah, seems
at least so far.
Don't know how much the French have been on a training camps here, but it seems like he's doing really well. Now the Canadian Jan-Erik Ness finishing there.
Ness from Canada, finishing in place number 20.
Just takes the 20th place.
But it will be tight for him. There are, for example, Frederick Brunma from Poland coming in the splits. That's currently in the 11th place.
Yeah, that's true. So might be Jan-Erik Ness will be one of the first who will be dropped out of the final. That's sad to say. Sad to say for the Canadians, but that's how it seems like right now. And we see that Perrin has taken the 9th control really well and is actually now leading the race of the.
He's pushing. You can see that he's pushing a bit more speed all the time than for example Hardon.
Yeah, that's true.
And finishing
based on what we see now, Perrin might be someone who we should follow really closely tomorrow. He's doing a really good job there. It seems like he's strong also in running and feels strong.
And so far it looks that all the favorites from middle distance have been running quite well today and will be starting in the last part of the field.
That's true.
Tomorrow, so it will tighten up and will be really
interesting. The last group of starters there in the men's class and also in the women's side. The favorites have been really strong today.
Have you been checking if there's, besides Mathieu Perrin, is there some other strong runners still to come who might challenge for the top 20 places?
Who's been running well?
Not from the absolute favorites. Some top 10 finishers we will have for sure.
Yeah.
Still, for example, from Ireland, Paul Bruzina, who has visited already the last control actually in the men qualification 3 and coming to fighting for the 8th place.
Okay.
He's just now there in the running, in the men qualification 3.
Nice to see Ireland doing so well.
But here, finishing in green and white, of course, the Irish.
Paul Bruzina
coming really well.
Bruzina has been doing well today.
Really great to see Irish runner in the A final for tomorrow.
And finally he took the 9th place.
Yes. 2:16 down to Akseli Ruohola. But of course there is the Mathieu Perrin still to come, probably taking the lead away from Akseli Ruohola in that heat.
And we will also expect Harrison McCartney from Great Britain to finish well in the men qualification 2. He's currently in the 2nd place in the first intermediate. No, not 2nd, 8th place.
Yeah. Also in the first heat, I think Frederick Prima from Poland and Rafael Dobnik Austria are about to finish soon. Or am I? Did we miss this Frederick Prima already in the finish? Yes, he is. He placed 12th and will be through to the A final for tomorrow.
Topi Syrjäläinen tällä hetkellä siellä 18, niin sieltä
and also the Estonian Lauri Paan in the first heat has been running really well at the beginning of the course, currently 9th in the first plate.
Running really well actually.
Yeah. Harrison McCartney at the last control right now.
Running for a place in the A-finals.
Will make it to the top 20.
From Germany finished in place
right now 8th at the last control, so he's in no hurry.
McCartney actually fighting for the 6th place because there are
That's true, it's really tight.
Two guys at the same time in the last control there, and he's only 2nd behind, 1 second.
Yeah.
First of them here, Harrison McCartney, and he's finishing.
He has had a good race today and finishing there.
8th place.
Takes the 8th place, yeah. 1 second down to Audun Heimdal, who is 7th, and only 3 seconds down to Jannis Bonek, who is 6th currently. 1:16 only down to Simon Imark, so it's been a really tight race in this men qualification heat too, in the lead.
We can soon start waiting already Mathieu Perrin. He has been there 21 minutes and the leading time is 23, and there you can see that he's still very much running the same speed with Akseli Ruohola, and is currently maybe 1 second behind or 2. So
he's soon crossing the road and heading towards the last.
Yeah, he's been there with the same time with Akseli Ruohola in this bridge control. And it's 1.5 minutes to go to the finish.
Yes. So most likely we'll take either the 1st or the 2nd place in his heat. And he was also the last starter in this heat.
Mathieu Perrin is approaching and he's
we will soon see him in the pictures. There we see
1 second ahead of Akseli Ruohola in the last control.
There he is, he's pushing quite hard. We will see how it will be for the final 100 meters, but he might take the lead.
Yeah, he was 1 second ahead of Akseli Ruohola, the current leader on the last control. So depends only on his speed in the running.
Not maybe taking everything out.
And it's tied.
It's the tide.
Yeah. Same time with Akseli Ruohola.
Axel Rohol and Mathieu Perrin, 23:04, the fastest in qualification group 3.
Italian Lukas Patscheider finishing taking the place 39 in men heat 3. And we are going to have an interview with Mathieu Perrin, I guess, real soon.
Mathieu Perrin, last year just outside top 10 in middle, now a very good qualification race. I think it was first place. You are satisfied?
Yeah, I'm very satisfied. I made a little mistake at the 7th, but really not much. And then, I went quite clean, so yeah, good race.
Was this what you expected? Have you been training here? And
yeah, that was what we accepted. Yeah, that was quite hard to run, but in the same time you could have a very good speed. So yeah, that was nice.
What kind of result are you hoping for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm just hoping that I will enjoy the race and have fun. And of course, yeah, good result, but we'll see after the race.
Thank you. It's very good to have some non-Scandinavian runners on the top also.
Thank you.
So you had some sort of idea who is still to come there?
Yeah, we have Estonian Lauri Paan, who has been in the first split in 9th place in men qualification 1, and we are waiting for him for the next intermediate. It's the bridge control there, and he has been there 24:11, currently 12th spot, and should be clear for the final. And it'll be 1.5 minutes for him to reach the finish now.
On the other heats, are there still someone to come? Maybe not.
Not
Seems
really.
like Lauri Paan is maybe the only one who can.
Estonian runner is the only one
who can make it today finally.
And he will, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But there we have Lauri Paan on the last control, so means he will make it to the final.
Quite easily, actually. He's currently in the 10th spot in the last control, and now already coming to the run in there.
Yeah. And after Lauri Paan's finish, we can, I think, go through the heats and see who made it to the A final for tomorrow, and
there he is,
whether there are some
taking the last steps, and
whether there are some strong runners who had some troubles today.
He's currently in the 10th spot with Finnish runner Olli-Pekka Heikkilä, same time 25:39, 4 minutes and 21 seconds behind the leader and winner of this heat, Olli Ojanaho.
Yeah, Olli was really impressive in this heat, beating the second runner Henrik Johannesson by 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
And then we go through all heats from men's qualification, the top 20, which means the runners who will run in the A final tomorrow. Men qualification 1, the winner Olli Ojanaho, Finland. Second, Henrik Johannesson, Sweden. Third spot, Elias Jonsson, Norway. Then we have Elias Guilhem, France. Colin Kolbe, Germany. Kirill Komarov, Russia. Fleur Roux, France. Wojtek Sikora, Czech Republic. Alex Kargas, Great Britain. Olli-Pekka Heikkilä and Lauri Paan, Finland and Estonia. Laurits Spitzrup Möller, Denmark. Frederick Prima, Poland.
Daniil Kashin, Russia, Jürgen Bartley, Norway, Rafael Dobnik, Austria, Libor Cernucci, Czech Republic, Nicholas Kastner, Austria, Karl-Emil Schöler, Kovstedt, Denmark, and Anatoly Formichev, Moldova. Do you see any surprises there, Severi?
No, maybe no surprises in there, but then I was slightly surprised for someone who were dropped out, like the 21st place Jakub Čupek from Slovakia. I was expecting him to make it to the final, as well as the Swede Jesper Svensk, who placed 24th. Also, both of the Swiss in this heat were not fast enough today. Nick Gebert and Andrin Grundler. They are heading for the B final tomorrow. They missed the final by 1 and 2 minutes. Slightly surprising. I was expecting the Swiss be a bit stronger in this heat.
Then we can go through the men qualification 2. The winner Simon Emark, Sweden. Second Simon Hector, Sweden, and third spot Alexis Orsa from Finland. Then we have Einar Melsom, Norway. Thomas Krivda, Czech Republic. Jannis Bonek, Austria. Audun Heimdal, Norway. Harrison McCartney, Great Britain. Marcin Biedemann, Poland, and 10th spot Tuomas Heikkilä, Finland. Then we have Mikhail Kuleshov, Russia. Ole Hensseler, Germany. Timo Suter, Switzerland. Endis Titomers, Latvia. Daniel Vandas, Czech Republic. Devon Beckman, New Zealand. Theo Radonri, France. Oliver Kut, Estonia. Pascal Buchs, Switzerland, and Georg Kroel, Austria.
Yeah, and I see no big surprises. I think all the biggest favorites made it through here. If in the previous heat Switzerland was unlucky and two men didn't make it to the A final, in this heat they had luck on their side. Pascal Buchs was 19th, one of the last ones to make it to the A final. He had some troubles in the beginning but pushed hard towards the end and made the final by 20 seconds. I was going through the guys who dropped out from the A final, and there were no really big names out in there, except actually I just noticed Jakub Dekret was 31st. He was the king in the JWOC, I mean AJOC last week in the Slovakia, taking 2 medals in there. So it's a big surprise that Jakub Dekret was only 31st in this qualification and going for the B final tomorrow.
And then we go through the third qualification heat in the men's class. First spot Akseli Ruohola and Matthew Perrin, Finland and France with the same time. And then we have third Joe Hardon, Switzerland. Then we have Anton Forsberg, Sweden, Isak from Krusterna, Sweden, Alexander Chepelin, Great Britain, Uldis Upitis, Latvia, Herman Rien Martinsen, Norway, Tommy Hayes, New Zealand, and a 10th spot Paul Brusina, Ireland. Then we have Nikita Gurevich, Russia, Anton Salmenkylä, United States, Florian Kurz, Austria, Tino Polsini, Switzerland, Benjamin Leduc, France, Jan Bendak, Czech Republic, Andreas Bock Björnsen, Denmark, Otakar Hirsch, Czech Republic, Topi Syrjäläinen, Finland, and 20th Mihail Svoboda, Canada.
Yeah, also quite expected the top 20, but then there are some names who didn't make it into the top 20. 21st was the Portuguese Ricardo Esteves Ferreira, and I was expecting him to be among the top 20 because he has trained a lot in Finland, in Tampere. He's running for a Finnish club and therefore has spent some time in Finland. I was expecting him to make it to the A final. Also really interesting to note that the Kasper Fosser, who was running really fast and really well, his time would have been enough for the A final, but he was eventually disqualified for some reason. In the split times it seems that he has missed one control, didn't punch or punched the wrong one, I don't know. Don't know the exact reasons behind it, but he's disqualified and therefore won't make it to the A final. And that's more or less it. You may see the results from the web pages JWOC2017.fi. You may take a look on the results yourself. Difficult to go through them all in here. But we are lucky that tomorrow we are going to have a bit easier day in terms of the following the competition, because now we had 6 categories at the same time coming to the finish, and it was impossible to follow the race in each of these heats. And we have some technical problems also in the beginning. Hopefully we will be able to improve during the week, and we will also learn how to do this thing. But
so we have,
what do you expect from tomorrow in terms of the race and the course and the terrain?
I guess it will be technically a bit more difficult tomorrow than today. There were some good parts today, especially the beginning of the courses, and then those three difficult controls before the first intermediate. But otherwise, it was quite clear orienteering today, and I'm expecting tomorrow a bit less those transport parts and more difficult orienteering.
Yeah, me too. I think they must have spared the best part for the final. I guess so. And this is like the a bit worse option, and it's used for the qualification. So it's really interesting to see how the courses will be and the terrain tomorrow. I really expect it to be more difficult.
Based on today, you can easily see that course setter Mika Arvala, he likes those controls on which you have to attack through some green. That you don't have a clear visibility towards the control, and the other kind of place he likes is, of course, is the slopes.
Yeah, it seems like he has put many short legs in places that he thinks is difficult and detailed, and that's how the middle distance should be, and I think that's how it will be tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it will be kind of this kind of controls tomorrow also, and it will be really interesting to see if there are any real route choice legs.
Yeah, but that's not the point in middle distance at all. So.
Yeah, but I'm meaning route choice that you can like navigate through some area many different ways.
Yeah.
Not always like running the purple line.
Yeah.
But still with the same time and still with full speed.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race tomorrow, and many big favorites out there, and it's difficult to predict who will be the strongest, and I'm really looking forward for tomorrow, and let's see. Thanks a lot for everyone who was out there watching today, and I hope you will join us tomorrow as well. Antti Harju will be with me today here.
So we will come back tomorrow and have a nice and interesting competition throughout the day.
Yes. See you and hear you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Bye.